Okay. How's our bit rate? How is our connection? Looks good. How's our audio? It is practically non-existent, but who cares? We can work with that. Okay, things should be a little bit better. Alrighty, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Just finishing up my last pre-stream checks here. And we should be good with that. Oh, and I even have audio. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, we are good and good to go. Wonderful. Oh, I have an extra thing here? Oh my goodness. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? Welcome. Glad to have you. Can you hear me all right? Just making sure. Checking, can you hear me all right? I was hoping that we might have someone in quickly because we have a quick decision to make at the start of here. I have two major challenge runs that I wanted to do today. Audio sounds good? Wonderful. So I had two major challenge runs I wanted to do today. When I play Total War, I have... Well, I guess I have technically three. There are three quote-unquote challenge runs that I do that I, like, force myself to do, essentially. Yeah, basically all of them are on Mortal Empires. But it's just beat the game or see how long you can survive playing as Talaris Dreadbringer, just like the absolute most siege-heavy faction. Talaris Dreadbringer, the absolute underdogs playing as Clan Mordkin, or playing as the Barrow Legion, Heinrich Kemmler. So I will say, Heinrich Kemmler and Talaris Dreadbringer are incredibly siege-heavy factions. Like, I will be fighting siege battles basically every other game, whereas playing with Feskett, playing with Clan Mordkin, it's a little bit more dynamic, but at the same time, there's also this steamroll effect, where if certain things do or do not happen in the run, you just kind of automatically lose or automatically win. Like, if you ally with Clan Moors at any point, you just win. And if you don't, the Saurus kill you in the first round, basically, you die instantly. So that's kind of the crux of that challenge run, so to speak. So while you're here, which challenge run do you think we want to go for? We got Clan Mordkin with Feskett. We've got Heinrich Kemmler, who honestly is one of my favorites because he's just arguably the most fun and you get to use the most variety of units. And then there's Talaris Dreadbringer, who his campaign is also really fun. Because I really like Witch Elves and Hargoneth Executioners, and he messes with both of them, and he gets a bunch of free armies. So, and nobody's ever really seen Talaris Dreadbringer all that much. Same thing with Feskett, honestly. Clan Mordkin does not get enough love, and even this mod that lets you play them is like hella old. So, I'd love to know what you wanted to see me do. I mean, I'm going to switch between the three of them, and of course go back and do our logistics things as well. I just want to start off with a good campaign of Total War because, well, I love Total War, and today is a great day for it. So we got Kemmler, Feskett, and Talaris. I'm thinking probably starting out with Talaris, TBH. But I'll have to see. Yeah, let's do the Dreadbringer. Good. Let me check that it's not Eye of the Vortex that he's trying to do. It doesn't seem to matter. It does change his actual buffs a little bit, if I remember right. Yeah, he has easy access to the Sword of Cain, bonus loot, and then lowered upkeep. That was a thing, yeah. So it's you get either lower upkeep, or you get buffs for the units in his faction. So let me see which one's better. Recruitment, yeah. Leadership and gain fear. I think I'm going... Yeah, if I want to do the Witch Elves, which I do, I think I'm going to go with this one. So full Scourge of Cain, Full Scourge of Cain, Old World, Chaos Invasion on. Yeah, so Crone Hellebron, Loyal Subject. He ends up on the Donut turn 1. You have the option to ally with Hargoneth later, but you just never do because, well, they're in the fucking frozen north and they have a miserable-ass campaign. Talaris, on the other hand, would have a miserable campaign if there wasn't a very, very important piece of cheese that you can do with this character that makes him basically the equivalent of Switzerland. it is a very impressive piece of cheese. Once you grab a couple of the gates on Ulthuan, you pretty much just spend the rest of the game holding out and sending these massive non-regenerating horde armies at enemies. And they have like hella elite units. It's very, very fun. You'll see when I get to him. You get all the sacrifices and stuff like that. It's great. He's great. And then once you give him the Sword of Cain, you can just kind of deathball with one lone army. And that deathball just keeps getting better and better and better as you put more witch elves in it because, well, the man likes his witch elves and he likes his Hargoneth executioners. And TBH, I do too. I like witch elves because I think physical resistance is much better than magical or ranged resistance. And witch elves get a fair amount of both, but if you increase to the point where they get fear, leadership buffs, to the point of being like near unbreakable, then they become even more dangerous, especially with fear, because fear and anti-infantry is just a fucking chain blade. It's horrifying what witch elves can do. They're hard to get in his campaign, weirdly enough. Like, it says that he has access to them early. It's not actually true. He has, like, pseudo access. So, here's our map. We are on the donut. I have turned down the quality just a tiny bit, but it shouldn't affect anything, because God knows we don't do a lot of, like, direct combat outside of, like, this spot. This is, like, the most important place on the map for us, the Phoenix Gate. Obviously, demolish the Shrine of Cain, demolish that. Immediately start building defenses, because the big thing is that we will start getting raids and attacks basically instantly, and there's almost nothing we can do about it. Yeah, we want to buff growth and buff all that. Then we want to try and take Evershale. Yeah, we want to take Evershale. Just quickly grab it. I'm gonna raid for 1 second just so I can put encircle, so I can put the witch elf into my army, because witch elves are hella important for their own units, because witch elves are able to not only buff witch elves, but also they have the advantage of healing them. They bring them back with extra stuff. Hellebron's Baptism. So these are the buffs that you get. This is just another, like, unit upgrade thing. It's not super common that you get these, but again, for witch elves and for the Hargoneth executioners, they're super important because they give them missile resistance. And also, I believe for the executioners, yeah, expert charge defense, which matters a lot for a unit that relies very heavily on anti-infantry. When they get attacked by larger units, their greatswords have a bonus against infantry, but not against cavalry, which doesn't make a lot of sense because most greatsword units in the game have like a dual bonus, or they have a bonus against cavalry as well. The executioners do not, and so giving them expert charge defense is super important. Alright, so we've got, these are the 3 spots we have. Essentially, this is us on the map in orange. We have 4 settlements. The biggest threats in the early game are going to be the Everqueen. We want to kill Alariel as quickly as possible, because Alariel's an absolute bitch, and she will come after our asses repeatedly. The other one is Tor Akare, the lion, the white lion of Krace. He will attack us repeatedly, he will raid our cities, he's a massive pain, and since we can't get a second army very quickly, matter of fact, I often spend the entire game with only 1 army, loot and occupy. We really don't care about these cities initially, it literally doesn't matter. We won't be holding on to them for very long. We just want to grab them, maximize the benefit we get from them, and then move on. Yeah. See, we can't even get anything from them right now. Phoenix Gate, that's growing, and that's growing. Okay. So what's going to happen here, Alariel's going to run in, she's going to sit at Tor Savior. Hopefully, she moves up here, and then we can grab her. If we don't, or if she doesn't, we're going to have to fight her not on the field, which is a little bit... Yeah, she's going to move. Okay. We can still fight her here. It's just a little harder. Yeah, a new Gunpowder Age Total War would be great. Total War Victoria would rule. Though, to be honest, I really just wish we had a Total War that used, like, real naval tactics. I mean, I know that Rome had some decent naval tactics. It's just that there were some limitations in the engine and the design, just of the game overall. And, like, that's understandable as, like, a game from that era. Okay, build defenses here. But at the same time, it just kind of sucks because it was a really good game overall. What gives our garrison the best stuff here? Dread Spears, Dark Shards. This gives us Dark Riders. Dark Riders aren't really that good in the defensive role, but they're not terrible. And we can't build anything else. Do we want recruitment? No, we want something that gives us a double buff, and honestly, Dark Riders are probably the best option, because they also increase our movement speed through this area. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. She doesn't have her hero with her, so we can pretty much attack. It's rough. Yeah, Shogun 2 was fun. I recently got completely, like, lost in Shogun. Yeah, so it says Pyrrhic Victory. Straight up, that's kind of worth it. For two reasons. One, we can take Alariel's victory trait, which is 100% worth it. Even if we lose all these units, we can get most of them back, other than the Executioners. And taking her victory trait is literally 100% worth it. Loot and Occupy. Yeah, because it's Public Order +3, Winds of Magic, Power Reserve, Growth, and Horde Growth. It is an insane buff. Never Queen is such a good buff. Yeah, we're just going to wait here for 2 turns. They're going to create some stuff there. It literally doesn't matter. We can literally afford to lose this entire army at the very start. It does not matter all that much. We're going to get the Shrine of Cain in 15 turns. So we just need to wait it out and survive 15 turns, and then we will have the sword. And basically the same turn that we get the sword, we will get a slave army, and that slave army will be horrifyingly powerful. Usually the first round, it's like Dread Knights and Saurus Knights and Cold Ones and shit like that, and then like a couple of Hydras, which, yeah, turn like 15 is going to literally crush our enemies. It's going to look real bad at the beginning. We want all the leadership buffs for Talaris are literally the most important thing, because he's our Greatsword King. He's literally the most important guy here. Yeah, we're going to wait one more turn just so our units can be a little bit stronger, and so that we get 12 guys. Again, I do not care about Rebellion. Take my units. I do not care. HMS Warriors. Yeah, exactly. Soloing entire navies, which is like modern naval ships. I was on a kick recently. I was looking through a bunch of like old Navy stuff, especially from the Spanish-American War. There were like Italian armored cruisers going up against American battleships and other cruisers and stuff like that. Yeah, Ship of the Line, but metal. HMS Warrior and, what's the other one? The one that they're all named after. Yeah, HMS Dreadnought as well. Both of those are very, very cool ships historically. Can we take them? Yes, we can. It looks like they just have 9. We'll be fine. We have 12. They have at most 12. I think I can win that fight. They just have archers. That's all they have. And one group of silver helms. I am pretty sure I can win that fight. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, they just have 2 wizards and a... Fuck it. We'll give it a shot. If we need to reload, we will. It's not a guarantee. I am not super good at this game, I will admit, but I think I can win this fight because I have better units than them, and as long as I'm hyper-aggressive, my ranged units are technically better than theirs. They just have more of them. So we'll see. The elves' ranged units are incredibly annoying all the time, and god did I wish I had some cavalry right now, but unfortunately I don't. Because cavalry are hard to get for the Dark Elves for some reason. Probably because we have some absolutely busted cavalry. Alright. You're going here. You are going here. Yeah, we're gonna get some anti-infantry points. I only get 2. Huh. That's weird. Normally there's more than 2 Reaper Bolt Throwers. That's okay. That doesn't really change much at all, actually. Just kind of cringe. Talaris, his only ability is the Blade of Harganeth, which just gives him a little combat stim for a few seconds. Okay, so their units are coming in. But they're going to be in at a rather annoying time, unfortunately. We're going to have to kind of catch them in the open, which is going to be hard, because I'm pretty sure they want to hide. Yeah, they do. They're trying to hide. Damn. Alright, well, all we have to do is post ourselves up on a wall and make use of our superior firepower advantage, basically. Yeah, we're not gonna win that type of war, so we're just gonna move this unit Do we take them on the hill, or do we take them on, like, the hill? Those are full trees? Yes, they are. Okay, I'm confident that my artillery will be able to do the job from here. I'm just rather concerned about my archer's ability to hold off that many enemy units. I'm going to turn on guard mode real quick. I'm going to get my shielded stuff out in front. And then I'm going to put my heroes on opposite sides of the line so that they can have overlapping fields of effectiveness. And I'm going to cluster my witch elves around him. Because witch elves around witch elves doesn't really matter as much, but witch elves around my lord matters a lot more. Ooh, hold up. Hold up, hold up. I saw that. You get the fuck back here. If I can kill an Archmage of Light right off the bat with my Sister of Cain, I will 100% do that. Go assassinate that bitch. Okay, not gonna be able to do it too far away. Alright, slow it down. Alright, yeah. Big arrows. Yeah. We're just gonna spread out. Spreading out, spreading out, spreading out. Yeah, this unit's going there. Silver Helms deserve a lot of our fire. The rest of it is going to go to the enemy infantry. Talaris is going to go right up the gut at those Silver Helms. This needs to be firing at the enemy infantry. Yeah, it's a weird time where old fun stuff was getting wiped out before World War I. Absolutely agreed. Oh, God. Yeah, we're probably fucked, but we'll have to see. I think we're okay. Great Eagles are just such an asshole unit all the time, every time. Such a rude, anticlimactic unit. Alright, Talaris, can you pull it around? By, you know, actually killing someone for once? What would be nice is if my guys would continue auto-firing, specifically at the enemy ranged units. Yeah. Talaris is out. That's fine. Again, I am building this in high speed because like, there's a very good chance I fucking die here, but, you know, there's also the chance that I don't. God, I hate those things. Yeah. Okay, so let's reload. Reload, save scum. Okay, so just, that was unfortunate with the map. Yeah, the elves trying to not be the most annoying army. Like, again, there's a reason why most of this campaign is just complete auto-resolving shit. And even with that, I may as well have just auto-resolved, because basically it doesn't matter. Like, the ammunition that the elves carry is actually worth more in the balance of power than the units themselves. I'm not even kidding you. If their units were out of ammunition, they would matter less for the balance of power. So that's why you gotta get an army that is worth more than theirs, or infantry or ranged units that are worth more than theirs, so that you can just auto-resolve them out of existence. Because in reality, straight up fight, I have more units, I have better units, my units are more experienced, and I have better heroes, but because of two things, one, flyers, and two, the map, it makes that basically an impossible fight. If I had another 2-3 units, who knows what could have happened, but that doesn't matter. We're going to load. And you can kind of see from my list of games that I just play these challenges repeatedly. Trying over and over again. Like, a lot of people, you know, especially the YouTubers, they're like, oh, let's play on ultra-hard difficulty with all the invasion. I've never been affected by a Chaos Invasion once in the 2,500 hours I've played this game. One, I barely ever get there, because Chaos Invasions happen on, what, turn, like, 100, basically? How you'd play any of the unconventional factions in the game. 2 army comps in Total War, gunpowder and gunpowder. Pre-gunpowder and gunpowder. Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's a solid build. My main thing that I'm just such a simp for in this game is I love, like, the strong wing army. So the Strong Wing Army is basically like you have one set of units that are your hyper elites, then you have some cheap ranged units, preferably artillery, and then you just hook up that unit group. Yeah, we're just going to get another set of them. They're going to bring in a invasion, and that's fine. Actually, a good option, since they have us there, perhaps I could go here. Because I don't care if they take Tor Sevior, and they don't have enough units to do so anyway. So I can recruit here as well, and then that won't be a problem. And it'll also mean when the uprising comes in, I'll be able to take care of it very quickly. Because the whole thing is speed. Pre-gunpowder is 4th Cavalry, and the rest is split heavy infantry and archers. Yeah. Yeah, a good spread is great. I just like those armies that rely on several large, big units of heavy infantry or of elite cavalry or something like that. You would see that more if we were playing the Undead, because I min-max the shit out of the Undead armies. I just go for everything costing the absolute maximum amount. For 2 reasons. One, because auto-resolving is way more worth it when you play an Undead faction. Because you get back your shit so much more quickly. Oh my god, we already are at the slave limit. Nice. Love the slave limit. Alright, we need more ranged units. That's a weird thing to say. I did not mean to say it like that, but yes. The slave limit is important in this game, because the slave limit is this, the Blood Voyage. You're about to see why I like this faction so darn much. The Blood Voyage is this. Yeah. The most elite army that has War Hydras, Black Dragons, Cold One Dread Knights, Witch Elves, Sisters of Slaughter, Hargoneth Executioners. For free. And I can actually afford to upkeep it. So this is just mine now. I get to use it however I want. In this case, I'm going to be taking Unicorn Gate. Do I want Unicorn Gate? That's a good question, actually. Or do I want to try and take Alaril's home? Or Torfindu? Okay. I have never gotten it this early, so I am actually kind of confused as to what to do with this now. I can probably take Galleon Vale. Like, if you give me another turn or two, I will take Galleon Vale. But this army will decay slowly, so I think I'd rather knock out Tor Archendaire and take his units and lands while I have the chance, rather than wait. And he might already have units in my territory. That can happen. I don't think we're at war. There's Skaven here. Bro, what are you doing? How did you get... What faction is that? I've never even seen this faction before. Toxer of Clan Gnaw. I've never even seen this faction before. Okay, cool. We're going to be friends with Hargoneth. Military Alliance, yes. Deadwood Sentinels. No, I do not want anything from you. A Hegel, yes, these guys are cool. We want a trade agreement with you, and basically nothing else. Yeah, I don't want a non-aggression pact either. Because the big thing about this playthrough is we want to be friends with all of the Dark Elves, because not only does that make it easier for them to send armies to help us, but also I'm pretty sure it makes your Blood Tithe armies even bigger. So we want to be friends with the Dark Elves as much as possible. Alright. I think I'm just gonna keep going here for another 2 turns. If the Blood Army has any juice left, we're going to bring it down with us. Yeah, I always like to keep a couple of light cavalry units around, just so that I can use them to harass artillery. Like, the main reason that I keep cavalry around, very expensive fancy cavalry, I use it as like a line breaker, essentially. So it's just there to gum up the enemy's main army. It has no actual tactical purpose, it's just to annoy them, essentially. I don't know what awaits you, but I can tell you that Coral is about to experience a severe, non-consensual blood army. This man is about to experience extreme pain. Engulf them in pain! Yep, exactly. It's the best style, that whole, like, Ah, yes. Sadistic is such a good perk. You get plus 25 AP weapon damage, charge bonus, and melee attack for 1 skill point. It's just... It's literally like a free steroid for him. It's awesome. Yeah. And you can see how important that that buff from Malariel is, too. Alright, so what are we looking at now? 6 units, 4 units, 9 units. Okay, and he's got Strict. Strict is important as well, because Strict will help me keep my flagging public, public agreement up. Which is important. But at the moment, I have a lot more to do. So, let us continue. This is going to be pretty easy. Honestly, we can run the entire Blood Army just down this line and just tink, 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 take every single settlement along the way. Alright. Torakar is first. I want you gone, 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 dead forever, please. Yep, Pyrrhic Victory, I don't care, I'll take it. Again, this entire army does not regenerate. So they will continue to have that much damage throughout the rest of the game, but... Again, it doesn't really matter, because all we need it to do is essentially just take this province of 2 things, and then that's it. We will not use it again, probably, until the next time that we get it. So we are pretty much good there. Alright. I'm going to get 1 more unit of each, just to round out my army, then we're going to keep going. Turbo infantry arm with auxiliary cavalry, cycle charge the enemy, press into the legion. Yeah, that works pretty well. With the samurai, I would always use a lot of, not heavy infantry armies, but like the most armor that I could get on my troops. Ooh, okay, who are your enemies? Grond and the Ghost of Pauhux. Okay, I'm cool with that. We can be friends. Vandred of the Winter's Mist, because I know that they also attack outlying Aserai settlements, and I'm super cool with that. I am so on board with you just attacking random elven settlements, because you ruin their day, and it allows me to ruin their day more effectively. Yep, so it says that we lose this. We probably do. We will see if they attack us, and if they do, we might back off. This is mainly to keep them bottled up, because the Blood Army is going to come in a few turns, and we will be able to get help from them. But you can see, our public order is always at like a slight disadvantage. And that is going to stay like that. Forever. Do I want to get rid of them? Is it worth it? It kind of is worth it, I'm not going to lie. Alright. Harganeth and the other people are coming for him. Yeah, we get another Blood Voyage in 12 turns. Decisive victory, leadership, and then we're just going to loot and occupy. We're trying to cause a uprising here, because if we get rid of it, if we get rid of a revolution quickly enough in this area, it's actually better for us overall. Dragon Cloak and Indomitable, because we want you to stick around for longer in combat. Again, these leaders don't work long term. We won't need them in a couple of turns, but we're just going to continue here. Will not be a problem. Oh, hi! Machine guns from the Millennium era? Yeah. I haven't used a ton of mods on this. Most of them are... Okay, so they made a mistake. Nice. Also, hi, good to see you. My goodness, I was not expecting you to just jump in. Glad to see you here. We're happy to have you. We're chilling for now and discussing things as we go. It's probably going to be a while, I'm not going to lie. So, we're just doing our challenge runs, and if anybody wants to switch over, I'm happy to go through what I have so far for the homebrew review as well. I also had some questions for it, because I wanted to ask, of course, your guys' opinions on what we should do in terms of, like, qualification, because one of the big things that we're looking into is, should this be a rating system or not? Because the first one was like a legit rating system where we went through and said, well, X or Y things are good or bad about this version of this homebrew. So it was like, do we like this? Does it fit into the lore? Does it have functional usage? But I honestly didn't like it too much. I was trying to figure out how I could improve on that system, you know? Because as it stood, it was like I'm really judging people for how they set up their lore, and I'm like, I don't really like that. I don't want to do that. That seems very rude. Especially because, well, it was an offer. Like, it's a given thing. So I didn't want to create kind of that mentality of it's a competition. For the Zeech and the Slanesh stuff, 100%, that is a competition. That is a competition. But that's more because I know that it would be fun for people to compete in that arena in a purely creative sense. Oh my god. In a purely creative sense, rather than trying to do it some other way, you know? Who the hell are these people? Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. Again, I don't care if I lose these blood armies. They literally don't matter. In fact, they just work as a buffer. So what do you guys think about that? What do you think about changing it from being a contest to just being like a review? Because the first one, I said review, but usually when I talk about review, it's like in a critical sense. And I think the first video comes off as rather critical, I'm not going to lie. Especially with some of the bigger ideas homebrews, where I was like, I'm not sure if this would actually work. You know, who am I to say would work or would not work? But either way, just a thought that I had, maybe changing out how that works for all of us. Alright. Okay, so like 6 units there. That's about to get its second level. These areas are fine. They're probably going to take that back, that's fine. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I'm totally on board with that. Okay, that's too many units, that's fine. Yeah. Well, the thing is, again, I don't think I'm going to take yours as a submission for this time, just because you're still working on it. And because, honestly, it's big enough that I feel like I can't fit it in, because you gotta understand, each homebrew section is like 10 minutes or less. And it's probably going to stay that way, because we got a lot of submissions. So it's usually me just going over like equipment, armament, armor protection, and some basic like background lore of where the machine or unit comes from. And then discussing what I think about them and what my opinions are on them, because, you know, it's the whole point of the review. But yours is like a whole AU, and I don't think I would be able to even do that in 10 minutes. Honestly, I would rather make a whole other series that is also focused on homebrew, but that has more time for me to get to bigger projects like that. Because the same thing, like, I have a lot of homebrew myself, and I would not feel very comfortable shoving all of it into 10 minutes. It would be really hard to summarize it in that way, and I'd hate to ruin somebody's idea or to misinterpret it. That happened a little bit last time. I was like, okay, I think I know how this works, but I didn't get an opportunity, or I didn't ask the person about some specific thing. And then in the middle of the thing, they were just, hey, that's not right, that's not correct, that's not how my faction works, that's not how my vehicle works. And I feel like shit, and all I can do is kind of just pin it to the bottom of the video and then hope people notice it. But yeah, especially with the bigger lore, I was like, I don't know if I can do this justice. Even that dude who made a full homebrew chapter of Marines, which I love, the Copper Stealers, that guy's cool, and he made a really great faction, a really great unit, a great group of boys, in terms of his renegade, or not renegade, in terms of his like very off the beaten path chapter. But at the same time, he had like 20 plus pages of lore, and I'm like, I don't think I can hold a candle to that in terms of accuracy. Yeah, screw you, Ilariel. Okay, yeah, so we managed to actually grab Galleon Vale. That matters a ton, because that finally kicks Athel Loren out of the game, and that actually dramatically increases our chance of winning. Because Galleon Vale, as much as it is a net negative on our entire faction, it is. How many Warhammer books have I read? in terms of order, I have done... Okay, I don't remember exactly what they were in order. I've done the entirety -1 of the Gaunt's Ghost series, so I think that that's... Here, let me grab my library real quick. Whoa, goodness, we're getting people in now. Sorry. Let me be quick. Let me count up and see how many I have in my library. War Master, check, so that's 1. 2, First and Only in Death is 3. 4 is Necropolis. Love Necropolis. 5, Armor of Contempt. 6, His Last Command. 7, Anarch. I read Anarch first, which I love Anarch, one of my absolute favorite Warhammer books. 8, Guns of Tanith. Salvation's Reach is 9. Ghostmaker is 10. Blood Pact is 11, which took me a long while to read, but I liked it. Assassinorum Kingmaker is up on my list. That makes 12, probably in a day or two. 13 is Sabbat War, which I've read. Straight Silver is... What was I at? 16? Yes, 16. 17 is Traitor General. 18 is Sabbat Martyr. 19 is Urdesh, Magister and the Martyr. 20 is Urdesh, Serpent and the Saint. 21 is Honor Guard. 22 is Soul Hunter. 23 is Conrad Kurz. 24 is First Heretic. And 25 is Legion. So I have read a total of 25 Warhammer books overall. Some of them I am getting to. Other ones are kind of in the mix because I do a mix of dramatization, audiobook, and I don't have any solid core books right now. But I am working on getting the background book for the Sabbat Worlds Crusade in hard copy. So that is something that I'm working on at the moment. Gotcha, Arlen. I'll look at that in a bit. Sorry. Review would be better, can still have some categories, but maybe not hard numbers. Instead of giving a number or logistics style, yes, okay, yeah, use words rather than a hard number. I'm all on board for that. Constructive criticism, okay. Ratings and non-competitive homebrews, yeah, maybe rude, so maybe light criticism for further improvement suggestions could be warranted. Okay, good. Again, I didn't really want to be insulting for the first one. It's one of the reasons why if I saw, like, a glaring issue with somebody's homebrew, I immediately went and I asked them. I clarified. I was like, "Hey, how exactly does this work? What are you kind of jonesing at here in terms of lore?" Which I think it worked out fine. I think we did okay, but I agree. It definitely could have been slightly better. Yeah, I read the books. I will say that I am obviously. I mean, 17 of those books are the Sabbat Worlds Crusade. Because I fucking love the Sabbat Worlds Crusade, and I am obsessed to the point of probably unhealthiness with the Blood Pact and with my sons, basically. I love them so much, and nobody else does, which makes me love them more. Very much the same mentality that I have with the Night Lords. It's like, why do you like this faction so much? Because no one else does, and I find them really cool. I mean, there are some people who like the Night Lords. It's not necessarily true. But yeah, submission from last time, good criticism being to 17. Well, no, I've got 25 overall. 17 of them are just from that one series. Which, I guess, does that make me less or more competent or qualified to speak on the lore? I would imagine it would make me more, because it means that I've devoted far more time to a specific author. But then again, that is an author that I think everyone likes, right? Do we have anyone here who really hates Dan Abnett? I don't think that there is anyone who does, because he's only written a couple of books that were outside of my series, to my knowledge, and they're all pretty good bangers. And of course, he was behind a lot of the public face stuff, like Darktide as well. I could theoretically play Darktide on stream, but Darktide really doesn't like to work for me. Even in the best case scenario, Darktide will repeatedly kick me out and repeatedly crash. I don't know why. That game just hates me for some reason. This has been the case every single time. Oh my god, Alfarius, homie. My goodness, I did not expect you guys to be here in such force. My goodness. It's so good to see you all. Such a pleasure. A rare one. Yeah. Fuck off, Athel Lauren. May that be the last time that you send another raid after my rear. Read all three, all are Caiaphas Cain. Good for you. We gotta love the hero of the Imperium. If you were in my walls, you would be very warm, because it is quite hot outside today. So I hope that you enjoy the literal mass sunburn that you will be experiencing. Alright, you need to get all of the items that I have. I've lost the Gleaming Pendant. God damn it, I really like the Gleaming Pendant. Are these guys... Hey, they're actually pretty good. Okay, Tordrenal needs buffs. Yeah, so this is the problem now. Until we get another Blood Voyage, which will be 5 turns, so we might not lose the settlement, but our hope is that we don't lose the Shrine of Cain, which at the moment is not the least defended settlement, but it's about to be the least defended, which is not good. That's not great. Tor Savior is fine. They're going to get a Timber Mill. Tor Findu's not at war with us yet, but what we would like is we'd like to kill Galleon, and we would like to take Evershale back. If we can do that, we may as well send the next Blood Voyage through the Unicorn Gate, and then bring our main army back here to grab the sword from the Shrine of Cain and fuck up that entire coastline. So that is the goal. We eating forbidden cotton candy? Yes. Oh my god. Honestly though, no, my house is actually pycrete, so you couldn't. It's covered in what is essentially concrete, designed to prevent fires and also to decrease the effectiveness of the sun, because it's fucking hot where I live. Which I'm kind of surprised nobody's... Yeah, crunchy. Yes, I guess it would be the forbidden rock candy, maybe? Instead of the forbidden anything else, it's just the forbidden rock candy, because it's pycrete. I guess I shouldn't call it pycrete, because it's not technically the term. I don't remember what it is, but it's like, it is a concrete derivative that is specifically made to guard against fire. Alright, I need as many of those units as I can, because they are shielded and have ranged attacks. Please, please attack the gate, Sarah. I would appreciate nothing more. Or attack Tor Analek. I am actually cool with you attacking Tor Analek, because as much as you have a 20 stack, you are fucked if I have walls, because you have cavalry and archers lose to walls almost every time. Just please, for the love of God, do not attack the Shrine of Cain. I will be so pissed if you attack the Shrine of Cain right now. Please, 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 cross your fingers, cross your fingers. Please do not attack the Shrine of Cain. Any other place, literally any other area I can afford to lose. Oh, you stupid bitch, you are so dead. Okay, who's ready for the cheesiest part of this fucking run? This one place, Phoenix Gate. Phoenix Gate, I have repelled literally endgame triple Tyrion armies from the Phoenix Gate. I cannot lose this settlement. I do not know what is going on with it, but I literally, I don't know why I'm wearing headphones. There's no point to this. You guys can hear me just fine. This is the most broken thing. I'm going to show you how to break the shit out of this settlement. I have no idea why people say that the gates aren't important. The Phoenix Gate has won me this challenge run so many times. Ready? Here's all that you need to do to win. You take all of your Dark Shards with shields, you turn them off of skirmish mode. You take them off the walls, you take all the other units off the walls. Then you take your leadership unit, your Blackguard of Nagaron, and one other unit of Blackguard, and you stick them on your center objective. Then you take the other 2 units of Blackguard, and you put them right behind this door, close enough to the walls that artillery can't shoot them. Then all you do is you take 2 ranged units, you grab them and you put them right here, and you spread them out just slightly so that they can grab both of these buildings, essentially so that they can grab both of these towers and activate them when the battle starts. Let me actually change it a little bit, because I can squeeze them out. No, god damn it, why isn't it working right? Yeah, that works fine, I don't care. Yeah, so put them there so they can activate the towers. Then you take the other 3 units of ranged, you put 1 there, 1 dead center, 1 on the other side, and then in between them, you place your units of Corsairs. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you put 1 in reserve, and then just play. And you will win almost every time, because what happens is they get fucking stuck. They get stuck on everything. The ranged units from the towers mess them up. The dark shards are able to basically kill every single cavalry and infantry unit. And then as long as you can hold them on this wall, and you get free reign to drop the other two groups of Blackguard, once they break through that gate, which they will immediately try to do, they will lose to the Blackguard. They will never try and get on top of this wall. I have noticed that they will never try and jump this wall, but they will try and jump this one. So, I don't know what's wrong with the AI, I don't know what's going on with it, but for some reason, this is just such a good spot. Yeah, the AI does not like sieges, and it works so well for this. So you can see, they're already losing like a third of their units just getting here. And it doesn't matter what you target. I mean, it's preferable to target monsters and things like that, but since the Dark Shards are so tough against missiles, as long as there's some of them up here, they will fire until they're out of ammo. And the Dark Shards will still wreck their infantry, and these Rangers, no matter how many of them there are, they can't beat fresh Black Guards. So they will just lose over and over and over again. It's incredibly fun. And like I said, I've defended against 3 separate 20-stack armies at this spot. Granted, it was with a slightly higher version. All the higher version does, though, is it gives you more archers, more Blackguard, and some cavalry, and then eventually it gives you a Hydra. The Hydra, you literally just sit it behind this gate, and it does the same thing that the Blackguard do on the other side. Look, all these units are already breaking, already losing, and I haven't even lost a quarter of my Dark Shards yet. So they are now without the infantry that they would need to break down this door, and they're only at 5%. They have to throw infantry units at this door, or cavalry units, that's their automatic move, and they can sit there and fight all day, exhaust themselves, but my towers and my archers are going to crush these other units, and this is literally already won. They've already lost because the infantry that they would need to grind through the Blackguard are dead. They've literally already lost. These guys are doing fine too. The Corsairs are great in close combat, they're great as infantry killers, and the Dark Shards aren't terrible as melee combatants either. So they're totally fine as well. And if we really needed reinforcements, we have this group of Corsairs, and we have the 2 units of Blackguard back here. And nobody's ever going to target them. We're totally fine. Let me open up a Coke real quick. I have 2 more bottles. I may have to run out and grab another drink. But I'm collecting can tabs today, so... Yeah, we've already won, and they don't even realize it. Because the longer that this goes on, the closer we get to Murderous Prowess, and once we hit Murderous Prowess, their leadership drops and ours jumps. Because, you know, the whole rules with elves and their leadership, you know, something mastery or whatever, Murderous Mastery versus Murderous Prowess. Yeah, it's just insane. It's insane. They've already lost over here. It's already done. They can't take our cap points by dead units because we have the 2 units of Blackguard. Yeah, so we've hit Murderous Mastery, and just watch. Watch the balance of power. It's already over. It's already over. Once their units run out of ranged attacks over here, they literally just crumble and break. And this is not even 25%. We will win this fight before ever they get through that door. Yeah, and there's just some other broken units here. All we have to do is attack them, and then boom, they break again, they run, they fall, and we've lost, like, nothing. Like, look at our casualties. We've lost basically 0 units. The most damage done is to these 2 archers, and if they attack again with another 20 stack, we have another 2 sets of fresh archers. There's nothing that they can do about this. Even if they had another 20 stack army, I'd be so fine defending right now. Matter of fact, I am so confident, I'm just going to let the Blackguard do their job. Kill the Illyrian Reavers. Easy. They already have anti-cavalry, and now they just kill them. And then that's it. That's it. That's just game. Boom. They're already gone. All that was holding them on is that 1 unit of Reavers. And that was a close victory according to the game. Sure, CW, sure, CA, sure, guys. That was definitely a close victory. That was for sure close. They almost had it. Yeah, Siege Slow Skaven opened their gates. Yeah, that's another reason why I'm not going to play out most of the games. But the thing is, since the game doesn't understand how broken this settlement is, You never want to auto-resolve those fights. That's why I said that you spend 90% of your game time with this challenge run just fighting their casualties. Yeah, exactly. How many casualties I took? All those poor arrows lost. We pick them up from the field afterward. A lot of them are buried in Acer skulls, but who cares? Like, again, 58 casualties. That's how many people we lost. And they call that a close victory. In any other war, in any other fight, in any other game, that would be a fucking heroic last stand. But because this one settlement is so broken, oh, and by the way, we can 25% replenish. So literally, we're already back to full. We're literally already back to full. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. The arrows, they cost so much money. It's so funny. Oh, and we got a potion of toughness. That actually matters a shit ton for Talaris Dreadbringer. That is super, super good. Let me drop that on him for real. That is a super, super nice thing for him. Because if he's able to heal himself, he can hit his regen cap eventually, and we want that. We really want him to hit regen. I'm going to drop him right there. How many? Oh, we only have one round until the Shrine of Cain comes up. So we're just going to straight up chase her ass. Come here, Sarah. I'm going to beat you to death with my giant sword. Yeah, and we also have 3 turns. So, what we're going to do with the Blood Voyage, we're going to grab the Sword of Cain with Talaris. We're going to give Heartrender. We're going to give the Sword of Harganeth to the other lady. Then we're going to send this entire Blood Voyage to just take Unicorn Gate, take Eversail, and then just go right down Whitefire Tor, Eagle Gate, and Tor Elier. Because the goal now is just clear out the donut. If we leave them long enough, these guys will not attack us. They don't hold enough territory. Tor Anarok will not attack us. But these guys will, and so will they. But the thing is, this guy is a pussy, and he will not attack alone. He'll attack us when Tyrion declares war on us, but he will not attack alone, usually. Alright. She's gonna run. I'm pretty sure she's gonna run, and we're gonna be able to take the Sword of Cain. Yep, she ran. Yeah, elves are cowards. In other news, fork found in kitchen. Yeah, see, that's why I like the Dark Elves so much more. It's also why I like the Drukari in 40k a lot more than I like the Eldar. Granted, I when I was making my... Bitch, what are you doing? We are not friends. You're not allowed past here. How did you get here? Alright, chat, do we kill her for her insolence? I don't wanna. It is an opportunity, though. I could straight kill her, though. I could kill... I don't know. Let's not cause a fight, just for the sake of causing a fight. Yeah. Now's the time to take the Sword of Cain. For real. It is Sword of Cain time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We are that much closer to winning the game. Yep. Sword of Cain. Such a good item, such a based thing for us to have at this point. She only has 10 units. See, this is the issue with Galleon Vale. This is why I call it such a piece of shit territory. Because we're Dark Elves, this area, this, like, magical, fancy forest, it's considered uninhabitable climate. So, there's recruitment debuffs, there's construction debuffs, and there's movement range debuffs. So it's just the most fucked settlement, but we have to keep a hold of it because otherwise Athel Loren comes back and they are like our most staunch enemies. Luckily we have the Sword of Cain now, so we can do our job. Yeah, he says before taking the sword that directly makes you want to start random fights. Look, I said let's not start a fight that we can avoid. Beyond this point, we can no longer avoid the fights. We will be causing the fights. You gotta understand, it's about choosing your battles. Until we get the sword, and then it's no longer about choosing your battles, then it's about battling who you choose. Alright, we're going to just move a little bit closer. Honestly, we kind of want to stay out of our own territory, but like, ooh, that is a beefy army. Not a bad thing. Just gonna raid a little bit. If we can get him to attack us in the open field, that is preferable. Okay, yeah, see, Phoenix Gate, we level it up, and then we get the cold ones, more Black Ark Corsairs, and more Blackguard, and we just win. See, like, Drannel and stuff, they'll get more defenders, it's all good. Dark Eldar do what the Eldar should, bump their numbers with other species. Hey, what do you mean by that? Careful, careful, we have Alpha in chat. Careful with that whole bump their numbers by using other species thing. We have some people who might take that the wrong way, in this chat. Careful there, you might want to watch your wording. Ugh, I love Eldar, but that's because I love Mecha. Yeah. If the Dark Eldar had Ghost Mechs, I'd enjoy them more. Honestly, if the Dark Eldar had any, like, tanks or mechs whatsoever, I would enjoy them more. Yeah, I need 900 slaves to do this. Honestly, I'll just wait a few turns. I mean, I can afford to wait. They can't come out to fight me. I am totally fine waiting. I only get stronger with time, so let's just give it some time. Let's just give it some time. Oh no. Oh no. Homunculus, when asked if he made slaves biologically compatible with the Dark Eldar, several NDAs require that I answer no. Correct. Yeah, it's a thing. There are people in this world. Okay, holy shit. How will you just have a shit ton of spearmen and that counts as a win for you? My guys are gonna be winded. I'm gonna back off real quick. Yeah, he's gonna fight us anyway. That's fine. I'm cool actually fighting this one out, as long as it's on our territory in open field. Does the Talon paint engines count as tanks? No. I kind of mean something equivalent to Titans. Like, what I wish they had is... I know that the Jabba sail barge is technically a thing. As in, like, it exists. But, like, the Jabba sail barge for the Dark Eldar, I know it exists, but I don't know enough about it for me to tell you the almighty power. Yes, Alpha with his Drukhari waifu. We don't need to tell anyone about that. And his... what he is. I don't know what he is exactly, but whatever it is, we don't need to tell anyone about it. I am not ashamed of you, my friend. I'm not ashamed of you. I wouldn't bring you to, like, house party. I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm not ashamed of you. Promise I'm not ashamed. What we've done. Not what I've done, or not what you've done technically either, but what we've done. Alright. So this is gonna be a rough one. Mostly and almost entirely because we need to anchor our flanks to something in order to remain, like, feasible. And we are going to rely very heavily upon our archers for this. Talaris, you're going to go up front. Queen Bitch is going to go in the middle. We need to get Murderous Mastery as quick as possible so we can max out our damage potential. And then beyond that, it's just up to our infantry and cavalry. Yeah. Yeah, how are you going to win with nothing but spears? Pretty easily. I mean, they will win. But I am confident I can take quite a few of them with me. And if I have to retreat, then that's fine. Because I was raiding and I won't die instantly, I hope. Otherwise, we just rely on the Blood Army. Unfortunately, that will give Coral the Sword of Cain, but that's kind of okay. I am kind of okay with that. Oh, are they allowed to go around this? Looks like they're trying. Alright, why can you not fire? What is the problem? Okay, nothing. Age-old saying goes, never ask a Space Marine fan the race of their girlfriend. Exactly correct. Exactly correct. We got Illyrian Reavers. Hopefully our range will be able to give us an advantage over them. Alright, we're going to max out our effectiveness on this corner. just by using range. It's nice that they're lining up this way. This is a little bit cool, honestly. Yeah, we're just gonna get all of our range units lined up correctly. Yeah, honestly, TBH, that's cool with me. You can take on Coral. You can also take on Coral. I'm cool with that. Ask the Macedonians or Swiss how you win with spears. Okay, pikes are not spears. That is a fucking misnomer. That is different. Pikes are not spears. Those are not the same thing. You cannot look at a pike and look at a spear and tell me that that is the same thing. There's also a lot of different types of spears, and there are several different types of pike, and those are not the same thing as well. Big difference. Reroll attacks of 1 dice is called always underestimated because spears are always underestimated for their versatility. While the answer is yes, the answer at the same time is no. Because I have the fucking Sword of Cain, and I can do this. This is a fair winds of magic spell, and it's not broken at all. This is a fair winds of magic spell, and it is not broken at all. That's such bullshit that I'm allowed to do that. I just downed 2 units for nothing. For fucking free. Like, literally nothing. That cost me nothing. Yeah, I have to stay in combat for 150 seconds. Boo-hoo. Who fucking cares? Bro, what are you doing? This is such a weird build he's got going on. He's like going for like the weirdest position for some reason. I do not get. Yeah, we're just gonna hit this unit. Yeah, she's probably gonna run, which I'm cool with. Because all I need to do now... Nope, you need to take that. You can go after them. Yeah. As long as they're, like, auto-firing, I don't really care where they're going. As others might have called it, perfectly balanced with no issues whatsoever. I mean, until your enemies get some decent ranged weapons and some decent abilities with, like, that, then, yeah, it is pretty much a good battle strategy. Come on, Witch Elves, do your job. Yeah, kill him. Kill him. Nice, we got him aggroed. That's great. He won't run now, and we can do extra damage. Finally. Okay. We should be good, honestly. I mean... Yeah, as long as we're careful, we should be literally fine. We're still winning the balance of power, but they also haven't brought in their other army yet, which is fine. I don't expect them to, like, get a huge bonus from that. Yeah, she's gonna drop, but he is gone. He's gone. Yep. He's, like, gone. That's fine. This unit needs to drop those spearmen. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to lose them, but that drops them on him, which is actually fine. Because, again, it just does not matter for him. Alright. What are we looking at here in terms of units? We're going to drop his healing and his bonus so that he can be all good. Just gonna warm them up. Alright. We're gonna keep firing on these guys, because I think that's gonna be our highest chance of success. Still very rough, but I have 79 minutes on the Sword of Cain working again, and if I do that, I can straight up delete at least 3 of these central units. And we'll be fine. The main thing is I just need to keep my archers firing at enemy units. Ask the Zulu, the Ikilwa. Yeah, okay. See, that's what I mean when I say there's a lot of versions of spear, and that's why spear and pike are not the same thing. Because if you said that the Zulus had pikes, you'd be wrong. Saying that they're spears, different things. I can actually argue that the Triari had spears. I think they technically the Phalanx was using pikes. Well, okay, depends. The Macedonian Phalanx pikes. The Triari, the Greek Phalanx, that's spears, yes. And the Greek Phalanx has many failings. I mean, there's a reason why it was overtaken so quickly by the Macedonians. There are massive failures within the design of the Phalanx. I know we look at it as like some sort of great strategy, but it's not. It actually has a lot of flaws, the biggest of which is its immobility and the exhaustion of the troops involved. I mean, if your troops get tired in the middle of the Phalanx, there's not much you can do about it. You can't really cycle them out. It's a very solid, long-term unit, you know? You can't easily cycle out troops from it, which was the main issue with the Phalanx overall. It was the failing of the Phalanx that troops would get tired, and that's why, for example, the Romans, they adjust the strategy very heavily, in fact, quite dramatically, to favor cycling their troops more. Because they realize that, well, if your men are tired, they can't fight. And in the Phalanx, there is no room to swap troops out. So, okay, there's Murderous Mastery. Hopefully that will give us some bonus, but I am looking at this with ever-increasing amounts of concern. The main thing is just Talaris is going to absolutely shred everyone and everything that exists. And while that's cool and all, it's also not very cool in terms of I might lose my army entirely, and then Talaris will be fine. Alright, Talaris, fuck him up. Seriously, just one hit his ass, please. I need him, like, dead. Come on, man, you've got 1,000 weapon strength. Just bop him once. Give him the fucking beat stick. Yes! Oh, dead instantly. God, I love him. There we go, buddy. That's what I like to see. Alright. I'm gonna send that way, get rid of some archers. Alright, this is good. This can go after this unit. These witch elves can also go after this unit. Okay, now Talaris has one job. Get up the Wrath of Cain and then drop it on that blob. Alright. Lot of units there. A lot of units here. Gonna drop them there. Gonna drop this here. I gotta keep these units just firing and fighting constantly so that Talaris can max out his kills. Because again, he's unbreakable. He will continue fighting forever if we let him. And while that is cool and all, it's also kind of a massive pain. Oh yeah, it looks like we're doing much better. There we go. That's all we needed was Murderous Mastery. That really hits the kick for us. Yeah, hit him. Hit him. Hit him where it hurts. Preferably in the ghoulies. Yeah, let's go! There's the cane, there's the cane. Boom, 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 boom. Hit it. Yeah, and then he will straight up, he will fight to the end, and he will win. No matter what, as long as we have that going, yeah, see, look how much damage that does. God damn. That's so destructive. So powerful. Yeah, Terrible Guard homebrew idea. I mean, that's not even that, honestly. I've heard worse homebrew ideas than the Pinkertons, believe me. I had one dude who wanted to make the ATF into a homebrew regiment. And while I understand why he did it, both for the meme and not, at the same time, I was like, I am not going to review the ATF, a federal agency, as a guard unit. That is not happening. I will not make a video on that. Now why? Well, morally and ethically, there's a lot of reasons, but just because it'd be entertaining, I don't know. I don't know if it'd be entertaining, honestly. It might be kind of boring, because it's just, ah yes, a federal agency. Let's make fun of them and make them into guard units. Honestly, the Pinkertons wouldn't be so bad, because at least the Pinkertons had some, like, style, and they had some funny ha-has going on with their whole organization. So, that could be good. Don't sell yourself short. Alright. Our artillery, how well is our artillery doing? Federal agency and not chaos, clearly not lore accurate. I mean, look, I don't know if the ATF count as a chaos organization, but I think you could certainly argue that they have some infiltrators from chaotic organizations. The same way that NASA has some, let's say, infiltrators from quote-unquote chaotic organizations. If you paper clip up what I'm putting down. Anybody who gets that history reference, we can be friends. Any federal agents automatically chaos? Well, I mean, if we're talking about, what's the universe? If we're talking about, like, the MTF, if we're talking about, the SCP universe, yes, that is correct. But, IRL, I don't know. It would be hard for me to justify every single unit, because that means, like, the Department of Homeland Security's chaos. Or that the, I don't know, the Federal Bureau of, like, Roads, or the Federal Department of Transportation is chaos, and I don't really know about that. I think the Department of Transportation would be a Zechian organization, but I don't know if they'd be knowingly chaos. They might be like one of those cults that just kind of forms because they need that level of organization, not because they're, like, bad or they believe in something truly chaotic. Can't say infiltrators when we seek them out and hire them. I mean, you can. That's how the Inquisition works, after all, isn't it? The Inquisition hires a bunch of people who are, like, former Chaos fans, and then, well, they aren't anymore. Alright, we're going to turn off guard. We're going to give them each a unit to target for the rest of the game. You already have one. And then we're just gonna... Yep, nope, that's game, that's game, that's game, that's game. Easy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Didn't even lose a unit. I am very proud of my fucking self. That was awesome. Department of Homeland Security is, preventing me from having access to the fun military equipment. I mean, in this scenario, are you the Chaos Worshipper trying to get access to the planetary defense equipment? In which case, they, I guess, would be the Arbites, preventing you from doing so, and the PDF troops. Though, let's be honest, if we want to talk about what PDF troops are, it's the fucking, it's the Weekend Warriors, it's the Nasty Girls, it's the National Guard. They are our PDF, straight up. Aren't infiltrating if we actively seeking them out. Yeah, I suppose. He's a snitch. I am not a snitch for the federal government. I am very far from a honeypot, my friends, believe me. Tax dollars paid for a nuclear warhead, I should legally be able to own one. Well, you should go fishing in Alabama, and maybe you'll find one of the 9 nuclear warheads that the U.S. government can't account for. That could happen. And it would technically not be illegal for you to just be fishing in that area. I mean, touching the weapons and taking them, that would be illegal, but, you know, I can't encourage that. I cannot encourage that. I can't encourage that. Let me enunciate before I get people knocking down my door. I can't encourage you to go try and find the 9 nuclear warheads that the United States lost track of. There we go. That's the thing that I say, that I'm allowed to say. Talisman. Okay, I can't give her the sword, but I can give other people the sword. And that is kind of what I want to do. Yeah, so the goal now, I can keep them at bay, because that's just the 2 most messed up armies. Granted, I'm messed up too. I wonder, can I actually just... I can... Oh, I don't want to lose her. Nope, I don't want to do that. Yep, and I can still be in ambush. We're going to drop on this, and we're going to drop... we're already getting one thing. I don't like Doomfire Warlocks. They are pretty good, but I don't want one. I want more money, that is for sure. I also want slaves. Slaves is more important, actually, at the moment. And we're going to drop the blood. Look at this. See, look how based these armies are. Even got Blackguards and Nagaron this time. I love it. Alright, so now we're just going to send this through the Unicorn Gate and take Evershale, and then we'll see how we do after that. Emotional support nuke? Yeah, for sure. One of those in my trunk, it's my turbo. I mean, if your car suddenly blows up and there's any radiation involvement whatsoever, you should probably be pretty concerned. I'm not going to lie. We are going to lose some money here, but that is okay, actually. I'm cool with it. Mostly because I'm going to spend next turn raiding on his territory. And it's going to get us back some money. And it's also going to drop our upkeep. Yeah, he's gonna screw off. We're gonna raid his territory. He's probably gonna come out with another cringe massive army. We're gonna crush it. We just need our XP and probably... Ooh, we could actually... Yeah, we could throw the Blood Army at him. That might be a better idea, actually. So that we don't have to waste all of our time, and so that we don't lose as much cash. Yep, just drop. Alright, if I drop her right here... If anyone tailgates me, then that's everyone's problem who commented about me and my Drukhari waifu. Don't worry about who commented about you and your Drukhari waifu. That is not a problem. And you have no issue with it, right? I mean, it would be a shame if anything were to happen to any individual related to Sheable whatsoever. So, you know, that would be a problem. Not a threat, just like a suggestion. I went through a lot of effort this weekend getting that Navy stuff done. I think I deserve a break. And technically, this is my break because, well, after this, I have to assemble everyone's homebrews and get them all ready to go. I have a lot to do. You guys have dropped like 40 plus homebrews on me, which I am very cool with, and you've all done a great job. Lol, Pyrrhic victory. I'm still taking it, because that's a win. 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 And then we're literally just going to drop this here in ambush stance. Because if we drop into ambush stance, there's a really solid chance that we catch them trying to run for us. Because they're stupid. And also, yeah, evasion, melee attack, and reload time. That is such a good buff. Oh my god, do not pay me. Holy shit. Yo. Thank you so much, Horace. Yo, homie, you don't have to do that. You really don't. Antediluvians from Vampires of the Masquerade versus the Primarchs. Yeah, that is a good versus adversaries video. Oh, okay. Antediluvians from the... Okay. I will think about that. Remind me when we do our next drive. I have a series and a set of things. Oh my god, please. I don't even think I'm allowed to process cash, but thank you. That's really kind of you. Your trouser snake child army guard unit. I want nothing to do with whatever that description is. But yeah, I have been thinking about the Antediluvians as far as like, I don't know a ton about Masquerade lore, but I have played Vampire before. And I am super on board for doing that if that's something you want to see. I really appreciate the donation. I've never gotten one of those before. Thank you. I will see what YouTube tells me to do about that, because I can't make money off YouTube right now. So I don't know how that works. But we will see. Thank you very much. Alucard reserves the right to judge Sheable for his waifu. He keeps the right because he has Forge. You're not the only one with a Forge. We have Solipsis, and believe me, I'm just waiting, because I know Sin is going to make Solipsis into a Demon Forge. It's just a question of time, basically. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Yeah, so we're going to lose that. That's fine. That is fine. They will take that. That is cool. That is fine. That is unfortunate. They did take the fucking sword. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is a problem. Third generation vampires, so old they become Lovecraftian monster. Oh yeah, no, I've heard about them. I know that as far as like the lore goes. I would just have to consider, you know, what that would mean in terms of 40k. I would have to recast the explanations and the details about... Oh god. I'd have to recast the information and the details about that faction or about them as a whole in 40k. We need to grab Lore of Beasts. First Strike. Strong. Strong is the preference. Okay, you need to get in there. Oh, good God, I forgot. Okay, yeah, so that's a very unfortunate affectation of this land. We actually have a disadvantage with our recruitment. That sucks. Please go for Unicorn Gate. I would really love it if you did that. Okay. Okay, this is rough. This is rough, but not undoable. One's literally a tree, the entire Park of New York, and also his entire clan. Cool. Love some of the World of Darkness stuff. Hunter games? What exactly is Hunter games? I assume it's not in reference to, like, Hunter x Hunter, obviously. But rather something from World of Darkness. World of Darkness Mage versus 40k Psyker. Ha! I would look into that. That is certainly an idea. See, the thing is, like, I have new adversaries videos planned once this homebrew thing is done. I have new adversaries videos plans. Some that I had already had planned. Just things that I was setting up already. And then some that were much less short-term. That were just like, okay, this is things that I have in the arsenal, so to speak. I was going to plan on ending the 2 campaigns that we had running, which are now a couple of months cold, and then starting a new one that was Eldar Titans versus Tyranid Titans, so Bio Titans versus Wraith Titans, basically. Organizing and setting up a battle that would see the 2 of those forces fight each other, which, to my knowledge, I don't think they ever have in 40k, canonically. Which is hard. Or do I have an imminent rebellion? Okay, cool, I do not care. That one's basically lost anyway. We're kind of good here. I mean, we're not good, but we aren't going to lose immediately, which is kind of the only thing I care about. This costs so much money. We're going to get more cav. Honestly, we only need 4 units of cavalry. And then eventually we'll be able to get... Yes. So next turn we'll get more stuff. But it's going to be reliant upon other things. Sorry. Let me get back to what you guys are doing. Yeah. I don't know much about World of Darkness, but I definitely would look into it. It includes Vampire the Masquerade? Okay, that's good. Hunter's one of the games. Hunter Vigil server set in Vegas. Yo, if you want to hook me up with an RPG game, even if it's online, I will straight up do that, because I have been jonesing for some RPG shit. I was also thinking, like, maybe putting up a series of RPG stuff on the channel. I know that it would be something that I'm not, like, running necessarily, because I don't have the technical chops to do that. I am good at running D&D, but that basically is, like, the end of how far I'm good, like, with tabletop RPGs. I mean, obviously, text-based RPG has been my focus for the last couple of years. But I also have been, I've been jonesing. I've been hoping for someone to run some sort of tabletop with me at some point. So if anybody would like to have one of those recorded and set up on the channel, Alpha, I would be more than happy to facilitate that, as long as we could actually do it and everyone was cool with it. Still working on it. Need to make a cast list. Gotcha, homie. Again, that's like a future thing, where we would essentially just be recording off of Discord and off of, I guess, recording off of whatever public thing is available for, what's it called? Roll20. I would assume you reuse Roll20 or something else similar. It's all type by post. Oh, cool. Cool. Well, if it's not voices, then probably wouldn't be good for YouTube, but up to you, man. I'm just happy to join. I would run a YouTube D&D game, but honestly, I don't know if anybody would be interested. We'd have to, like, set it up and time it out, and probably over the summer would be a better time than during the school year. I mean, just for everyone involved. I'm also not sure if my brand of D&D is something that people like. So I know that it is very, very niche, the way that I play the game. So I don't really know if anybody would actually care to join. But I'd be willing to, if a lot of people are interested. And I have a campaign or two that either never saw the light of day and deserve to, or could be expanded upon. I have a couple of other ones that I could run as well. Run a few games, they're all very primitive. Yeah, I feel you. Absolutely. I've been running for a bit, but it's also been like years and years long of training to get myself to a place that I actually feel comfortable playing regularly again. Oh, good. Well, if it helps get you out of perma GM mode, or if you wanted to run something for some reason and get it recorded, that's entirely up to you. I'm not going to say like in the next couple of months or anything. I'm not even going to say anything because I'm not going to put any pressure on anyone. Okay, here's the question now. Here's the fucking question. What do we get? What do we want? I feel like the Witch Elves are the best option so that I can get Death Hags quickly. Because Death Hags are super important to building up his army. We're actually really good. Why is no one attacking us? I'm kind of fucked up right now that nobody's attacking us. We're actually going to get Talaris back before somebody comes and ruins our party, I think. The good thing now is we've guarded all of these positions with 18 plus units. And unless they come with something really, really strong and powerful, I think we're kind of cool. Sister of Silence gain the abilities of Edges from Hunter the Reckoning. That would be pretty cool. Hunter the Reckoning I've gone into, like, preliminarily. I'm not too up to date on it. Okay, cool. Dark Elf Harbor. Good on the gates. Good on this. Good on that. How are we looking over here? Development-wise, the Galleon Vale is actually looking not so bad. The units we have there are kind of shit, but shit units aside, we are not losing that territory anytime soon, hopefully. My hope is that we spend 5 turns, we pump Talaris back out. He's going to be back out in 1 turn. Okay, good. Pump him back out in 1 turn. We will have all the cavalry we need. We'll just switch her out. Yeah, welcome back to your PC. Imbued hunters are close to being blessed by a higher power. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, Sisters of Silence, I don't know if they're... I wouldn't call them blessed. I'd say they're more cursed, especially as, like, you know, kidnapped children, essentially. But, you know, Sisters of Silence are also just kind of odd overall in terms of how their lore works, and their either seeming immortality or their constant replacement. I mean, constant replacement over centuries, but still constant replacement. Okay, let's get you out. Okay, that might be a glitch. Nope, yep, it was a glitch. Okay, good. Yeah, you got loyalty 5, you won't run away. Okay, so we need tenacity for you. Yes, tenacity, very important. Alright, a couple more turns. We'll be able to pump out some more units, and of course some more leaders. Tor Savior could use a defender and some more defenses here. 3 turns, we will have 5 or 6 heroes. That's good. We're going to make a hero stack to deal with the fact that the Sword of Cain is literally sitting on our doorstep. The favorite part about the Sister of Silence is that your brain literally goes, yeah, you don't need to be acknowledged that they exist. It refuses to let you see them. Yeah, it definitely does turn from, like, disgust and hatred to weirdly effective psychic cloak. It's also interesting that, yeah, again, they show up with the Custodes, but everyone is so focused on the Custodes that they basically miss the Sisters. Both because of their, you know, their visual, and also because they're standing right next to the, you know, gods of battle. And even more gods of battle-ish than normal, in terms of, like, them being Custodes rather than normal Marines. Okay, Tor Savior, this 2,912. That is fine. I will wait a turn. That's not a problem. Truest example of proper horror is beyond comprehension. I mean, there's quite a few of those. We added some horrifying shit in the last homebrew. I mean, we had that whole Mind Flayer thing that went on for a while. I love how these guys are so protective. We can use a blood army to get rid of them. Something so wrong the brain refuses to process it. I mean, yeah. Yeah, there's probably quite a few of those in 40k, I'm not going to lie. Probably just in the way of, like, cosmic horror. I mean, arguably that's how Psychers see the Tyranid hive mind. The idea that it terrifies them because of its vastness and its hunger and its psychic affectation on real space, like that whole thing, is very similar to their process of, like, having the sisters. Okay. Yeah, so just a little bit more time. Again, rarely do you get, like, they just hung you. They've done plenty wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have very little, not patience, but I have very little sympathy for the Tyranids. They are not evil per se, but they are not good for anyone. I don't think that their galaxy-consuming existence is very healthy for the galaxy. In the same way that having a very heavy person at a white tie event, or oh, here we go. Okay, witch elves. Yeah, we're just gonna get all of the witch elves. So we can get 8 total units. So we need to free up 9. Okay, so we just need to delete these guys. Delete all but 2 of these guys. And then just get witch elves. Just infinite witch elves. 8 units of witch elves in 1 unit. Not their fault the galaxy's made of food. I mean, yeah. Existential problem, not morally, just... I don't know. Is it survival, man? I don't know. I don't think it's survival. I think it's expansion at this point. If it was just survival, they would spend more time chewing their food. No offense. The Tyranids are always on such a hunger binge that they are basically always up in terms of calories. So I don't know if it's survival at this point. I don't know if I can fully greenlight that whole survival thing. When they've gotten actual glimpses of the hive mind, it's genuine. There is genuine malice to it. Yeah, there is genuine malice. It's not just hungry. It's fucking evil. Perhaps not evil in a traditional sense, but evil nonetheless. I don't think she has a chance. She's got to push through so much stuff. Wherever she chooses to go, she's going to run into a huge stack. Survival for us, not for them? Okay, yeah. Okay, that fair. Yeah, sure. We'll call it that. We'll go with that. I don't have a problem. Please go for Phoenix Gate. I would be so chuffed if you went for Phoenix Gate right now. I would please run into it. Please think that's the weak spot. I swear, I would be so happy if they did that. That would be the dumbest shit. Okay, Doomseekers. Holy shit, Cobalt Knucklebreaker. What an actual idiot. Okay, I need to summon both of these guys. Poison attacks, yes, and Tactician. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. Am I allowed to non-aggression pact you? Yes, okay, thank God. He is aggressive, but we are non-aggression pacted. Okay, can we be friends? Can we be friends? No? Okay, we're not allowed to have friends. That's not nice. Non-aggression pact? Military access. Shit. Okay. Well, we're still stuck with Harganeth. Damn. Okay, yeah, we have no friends. This is unfortunate. Okay, Martial Society, no. We want this one, Public Order and Slave Decline Rate, yep. Galleon Veil, we need to wait a bit for that to grow. These guys are all good. We need to summon the rest of the Witch Elves. Basically just entirely Witch Elves, 100% Witch Elves. Full Witch Elfness. Elfie Witches. We're just making a massive army of Witch Elves. Why? Because they shred spear infantry. How How I'd write the Tyranids is an old one is behind the Tyranids hive mind. Write a story about the old created them to restart the galaxy. Yeah, as a reset maybe. I don't know about that. That'd be kind of hard to run with. Modern 4Ks of one bit of Nubel or liked is looking at the Mechanicum bulk lander. It's quite literally shaped like a virus. Lol. Yeah, like it can lice stuff. I like the idea of any bulk lander in 40k because it's just a good idea that they definitely have, and we basically never see it. Yes, they are witch elves. No, they are not witches. There's a difference. The difference is you and how much of a nerd you are. Alright, we're just going to have them go through here. Luckily, the armies can't get rid of them. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty severe test of the gates, TBH. Because they have artillery and they also have cavalry, but we should still be fine, honestly. Like that, for all that that is like a scary army, in theory, in reality, it's actually not that bad. Anti-large firewall moving. Do we maybe want some Black Ark Corsairs? I don't know. We'll have to see. I will have to think for a bit. Okay, tenacity times 2. And again, just upgrade these guys. They need the... Yeah, Helibron's Baptism every time, because if we can get them to a higher casualty replenishment, they're just inherently better units, because they usually take a lot of casualties, but they're also pretty tough. Like, they can come back from that really easily. Oh boy, that's not good. I really need Gallon Vale to gain some freaking... Yeah, they'll level up next... Oh no, it's going to be a couple turns. Damn. Okay, we might have to get rid of them. That's okay. How long till our next blood thing? Ooh, we're already there. We just need 1,000 slaves. That's good. That's good. That's good. Well, yes, I am the bigger nerd. That's why I exist, and that's why I've, been streaming for 2 hours, or an hour, technically. Yeah, yes, I am the bigger nerd. Quite technically, I am the bigger nerd. However, point of order, I am... Yes! You fool! You foolish fool! You foolish fool! You are fucked. You have no flying units. You have one set of artillery. You are... Please, for the love of God, please let this work. I am confident, but I've never fought somebody with the Sword of Cain here. So that might make a difference. I don't know if it will, but we'll see. Luckily, it's upgraded, so we actually do have more units to work with. Mostly in the area of having Cold One Knights, and Cold One Knights are pretty good. They're pretty powerful. Not a lot of people have attacked this area yet, so we're not too well off. Yeah, they did walk into the meat grinder, so we'll see how the AI reacts. In fact, we will see how it just acts in general, because the Sword of Cain tends to work weird things. And if she loses the Sword of Cain, we actually get it back super quickly. We just get it back automatically, essentially. Okay. So we're going to drop this one here. Yeah, that's how it should be. Just one there, one there. Split them up a little bit. The 2 sets of Black Guard. Again, put them close to the wall so that they can't be shot. Put your Black Guard of Nagaron here. When you get the cavalry, you put one on either side of the entrance here. They see off any wounded units. And then 1 unit here, 1 unit in the dead center, and then 1 on the far side. So they cover everything and they can double cover. So I'm going to put unit here, unit of Corsairs here, unit of Corsairs behind the gate, unit of Corsairs here, and unit of Corsairs here. Again, now we just start and hit go. Now that, again, we should be good. I'm confident that we will win this. Especially because that gives us a 63 buff to Murderous Mastery. But yeah, we should be good. For all that these units are really powerful, like the Trianok Chariots and stuff, they actually do shit against these types of maps. Because there's basically nothing they can do. I mean, like, they can sit there and they can shoot, but they will waste their ammunition and we'll still be fine afterward. Yeah. Get them, Cav. Get them ranged, boys. Oh yeah, they have Silver and Guard too. See, this is the other thing. The elves start grabbing, like, every unit is Silver and Guard, which is rough. But it's only rough if they get into melee. When they're getting shot at, we're actually in a pretty good position. The other thing is we need to delete the High Elven Rangers because they're super terrible, and they have anti-infantry, so they can munch up our stuff. But Silver and Guard are not all that much better than normal infantry. Okay, she's throwing fireballs. That's fine. I'd rather she do that than use the literal Sword of Cain. So, she's not using it yet, and she hasn't used any buffs yet. She's also down a little bit of health. I'm not sure why. I wonder what actually hit her. Might have been something that the sword did. Again, I rarely use it, like, as anything other than a fire and forget. So, or, you know, a massive change to our balance of power. So, yeah, so those rangers are gone. Has anything gotten to the gate? Not really. They're okay, so they're shooting at the gate. That's actually good. That's fine. I'd rather they shoot at the gate with the artillery. In fact, if they are going to shoot at the gate, I'm going to move this unit over so that it doesn't get accidentally, like, ancillary fire from those guys. Don't think she can use the Sword of Cain. Vortexes can't be used on walls. Yeah, but she isn't on a wall. She's not climbing. She's just standing here. Actually, I'm going to target her specifically, because my missiles will be able to mess her up really well. Yeah, okay, so there is something in there. What unit is broken down in there? No unit. Okay. Okay, so they are targeting them. That's fine. What's going on over here? Okay, good. We've got one unit broken. We've got one unit getting broken. Can't target other archers. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. So she just can't use it. And we can break her. Honestly, with our archers, we can break her. Actually, I'm going to target her with both units of archers, because I can. And that'll speed up her decomposition. I can also target her with the wall guns. So we're going to just straight up cheese this and take her down. Because even if we lose this, if she loses the Sword of Cain, we're okay. Yeah, so Sylvan Guard. See, they're losing to, like, Black Ark Corsairs. If this was an open field battle, these Black Ark Corsairs would be getting fucked by these guys right now. But because they're having to climb up the wall, we're cool. We are all good. Okay. So that's kind of cringe. Ah, damn it. Alright, well, time to call in our reserve. Specifically the Black Guard. Black Guard are just going to hold this position. And they're going to grab... oh, actually, I should not use the Black Guard. I should use this unit. Yep. So this unit is just going to grab that position, and they're going to hold both of the towers so that I can get my artillery back. Oh, yeah, she did overcharge that. That was dumb of her. Probably should not have done that. Also, I just love the little voice lines that come with clicking on these guys. Just cold-blooded killers. Ready to kill everything. Bruh. No, you're good. I'm all on board for the playing of this game more than perhaps should be done. Okay. Come on. Kill it. Kill it. Yeah. We're getting towards murderous mastery, so we just need to get there. The other thing is, if she breaks in the door, I'm actually okay with that, because we still have a bunch of units that are totally fine. Alright. 60%. Okay. Units getting broken, units getting damaged between all three games. Yeah, a little bit over 3K. Yeah. Yeah, most of that is from 2 for me as well, and I'm sitting around a similar amount of hours overall. Nope. You get that cringe gate capturing shit out of here. Yeah, get that cringe gate capturing shit out of here. Get out of here with your gate capturing. Oh, I love a good Lord of the Rings conversion. You so rarely get those nowadays. And they're always so fun. Lord of the Rings as a whole kind of had a bit of a renaissance there for a bit, and now it's coming down a bit, but, you know, who knows? It might be better in the future. I do truly believe that The Lord of the Rings is a great series, And it is one of those things that will never go away, no matter what they do to it for money. Alright, just going to move the cold ones back. These guys can stay here. I'm going to start moving up my next unit of Blackguard over here. I am fairly confident that I'm not going to have to use them, but we are now at a sticking point here. Much tougher sticking point. This is where it gets rough, because we're now getting close to it. Yeah, that would be nice if you didn't have to pirate everything. I agree. Alright, death is coming. Let's go. You guys up there. You'll be fine. Everything is fine. EA has the rights to the games, but Warner Brothers has Lord of the Rings game rights. Battle for Middle-earth. I played Lord of the Rings Conquest when I was a kid, and I loved that game. Probably more than any other game that I ever played on the Xbox. I loved Lord of the Rings Conquest. It was so fun. It was such a just ridiculously fun experience. I think the best part about it was how they implemented, like, heroes and units. Because it was basically Battlefield. Like, at the time, it was the equivalent of a Battlefront game, but it was basically coded for Lord of the Rings. And the way that it was working, because I had never played Battlefront before, I only played Battlefront later, because I had never played it before, I was experiencing the glory of, like, prime Battlefront with a Lord of the Rings skin. And it literally, to this day, is just a unbelievable experience that I would highly recommend to anyone. Anyone who wanted to play a great game. Welcome, my Australian friend. We're glad that we were finally able to catch you. Hope it's not too early in the morning for you. We've been running for a couple hours now, but we're happy to have you here. Alright, so here's the problem now. We have her there. She has the Sword of Cain, and she started actually using it. So we will... See, this is where the Blackguard come in handy, because they're basically unbeatable. 3:51 a.m., buddy. Well, good morning to you. So happy to have you. Yeah, these units... Yeah, see, it's like 2 Blackguards. That's all that I have left. Yeah. If we can kill those and kill the Shadow Warriors, we are much, much better off. We are very close. We are very close to winning this. Just a few more seconds and a few more damage, and we will be good. Well, we're talking about a lot of stuff. Mainly, we're just playing some game right now. Most shocking trade in recent games is Star Trek Troopers making a sudden comeback with really good games. Yes! Not just with good games, but also with good mods. There's been some great stuff coming out. I saw for... what was it? I believe it was for Arma, I think. That had, again, that same thing. It was just a mod for Arma that was entirely Starship Troopers based. And it was super good. It was very fancy. It was very modern. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be good over there. I think I'm going to start moving units that direction. Are they breaking? They're close. They're very close. Extermination. Yeah. Yeah, another good one that came along in a similar vein was... Wasn't there a... Yeah, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna kill you. Wasn't there a... Talking about her, obviously. Wasn't there a game recently for Aliens that was super, super good and very, very well received? I don't remember what it was. It might have been like... Not Alien Prometheus. It had nothing to do with Prometheus. It was just Alien... Alien something or other. But yeah, there was an alien extermination game, another first-person shooter that came out that was really good. Okay, yeah, she's dead. We're gonna take that. Yeah, got the Sword of Cain. That's what I'm looking for, baby. That's what I'm saying. There's the fucking meat grinder winning once again, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that shit. Aliens Fire Team. That was the one that it was. God damn, what a fucking victory. A close victory for sure. That is about as tight as it gets. When they break through the gates and do a lot of damage to both wall sides, it becomes a lot harder to micro. But that was good. That was really good. The cavalry saved our bacon there. We probably would have lost if not for the cav. Yeah, they keep a lot of them going. Medieval 2s, yeah. Anyone play that Starship Troopers game? Yeah, HD2. Oh yeah, Helldivers. Oh yeah, goddamn. Helldivers was super, super good. Yeah, Extermination, yeah, is great. Helldivers I've been playing quite a bit of, at least like over time. Uh-oh, something go wrong? Nope, looks like we're still good. Honestly, I'm shocked that the stream is being so healthy. Can I check something real quick? Holy shit, there's like 7 of you. Lower than the recommended bitrate. Open widget. Warning. 155. Okay, still a good connection. Can you guys hear me all right? Nothing terrible has happened to the stream. I hope. Am I still at least mildly audible? And the game is not killing everybody's connection? I would hope. Holy shit, but yeah, that lost them the Sword of Cain, and now we can grab it. That also gutted both of their armies, and now I can be more aggressive. Evanescent Rift. Lord of the Black Court. Okay. So now what we want to do is, I think, basically just grab Dark Shards, but for the moment we're going to drop those Witch Elves. Honestly, I wonder if we can take them this turn. I don't think we can, but we might be able to. We have some crazy good units. Yeah, they're butchered. I mean, they're like butchered. I don't know if they can... Can I reach them? I can. Damn. Can I win this? I don't know. Holy shit, I can. God damn, that was unlikely. What do I lose? I literally just I lose cavalry. That's... Fuck yeah, dude. Dude! Oh my god! That literal existential threat. We just took it down in one turn. What did I say, dude? Phoenix Gate. Literally, this fucking building. This goddamn spot. This has won me so many games, and it just won me another one right on stream in front of you guys. That was an existential threat. They had the Sword of Cain, they had all these good units, they had all these skirmishers I couldn't deal with, they dropped into the Phoenix Gate, and they just got mulched. They got fucking mulched, dude. Yeah, literally, it is literally the Psalm. It's just a disgusting amount of almost like horde clear or wave clear, if you know what I'm talking about. Like, you put in 320 stacks of elven units and you get out blood and corpses, basically. Like, that is the most insane shit I've ever seen in my life. And I can get death hags now. I am so happy. So I think I'm going to get Blood of Acer because that gives me bonuses against elves. And if I give that to a witch elf, I will basically always be fighting with her. So we are so fucking good. We are, in fact, so fucking back, I will say. Man. Alistair, by the way, Bone Man, my man. We are going to be talking about homebrew submissions in a bit. Specifically in the next 15 to 20 minutes. I'll be going in... Oh my god, people are talking on Discord now, and I can't be doing two things at once. I apologize. Declaring war. Yeah, I don't care if the Dragon Princes declare war on me. You guys are literally miles away. You are a bit more of a problem. Oh, shit. They are defensive. That might be the most aggressive war I've ever seen them declare, actually. That's not good. But luckily, again, I did fortify my homeland, so we should be cool. And then I can send a Blood Crusade after them in a bit. Yeah. I am pleased. Alright, so I'm going to go with my normal Let's go here. What have we got? What have we got? Anything to buff? These guys are just stabilizing their public order, which is important. These guys have an army, probably a solid one. I wonder if Tordranel could use a defender. No, they're pretty okay, honestly. I mean, they have about as many defenses as I could possibly give them right now. The only way to make them stronger... No, I can't even make them stronger than this. They literally have 17, and the 17 is the most number of defenders they can possibly get. So I really can't do anything to help them out more than I already have. I can't get any more heroes. I can only embed this one, which I'm going to do. And I can just start recruiting, because I need to. Summoning, and then I think I would imagine just 2 more Witch Elves, right? Bing, bing. And then I will have to stick with that, because my hope is that I can hit level 10, which I will soon, and then I'll be able to get all 3 of those Regiments of Renown. And if I'm quickly taking out those, I'm good. I mean, I'm like good. There will be no problem. How many turns? Yeah, I just need sacrifices. That's literally it. Honestly, I could kind of... I could wing it. I don't know what's here, but they only have 10 units. I have 13. I'm going to make 100% sure that I win that by just getting some more Witch Elves and waiting a couple turns. So I'm going to be conservative. I'm going to be patient and conservative. Finally getting around to actually completing Stardew Valley. Lovely. Stardew Valley is such a fun game. Seeing Mortal Empires makes me want a global Total War game. Empire 3 at the scale of Paradox game. I mean, that would be really hard to do. Hey, we can actually auto-resolve this. Nice. That was really dumb of you to do, bro. You just, again, literally the Psalm. Just getting run over repeatedly. Literally the Psalm. And now we can upgrade it. Because that's fair. I don't know if a Paradox game would work with Total War. I mean, there's so many disagreements about where things should go and where territory should go. And also, like, the value and the size of units in Paradox games are usually pretty off in comparison to, like, Total War. So maybe it would work, maybe it wouldn't. But I'm totally on board for somebody trying that. I think that would be a reasonable thing for somebody to give a shot at, you know? I don't know if it'd be good. I don't know if it'd be bad. Also, this upgrade is going to give us a War Hydra and more Hargoneth Executioners. So we will be good in a few minutes. Speaking of homebrew, thought about making your own? Oh, I have a ton. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to include my own homebrew in this for 2 reasons. One, I am not an impartial judge, which I think is obvious. I'm not an impartial judge of my own homebrew. I have homebrew units, I have homebrew weapons, I have homebrew settings, I have homebrew worlds, I have homebrew campaigns, and I have an entire homebrew RPG system, which most of you know. So I am not an impartial judge. I wouldn't feel comfortable judging my own shit. I would, however, just for a community building thing, I think it'd be fun if you guys wanted to look through and basically critique all the things that I've made, or at least some of them. The other thing I was going to do is I was going to sneakily submit some stuff into the Slaanesh and Zeech challenges, especially and particularly if they didn't have a lot of people submitting things, but considering that a lot of people have actually made really, really powerful submissions, I don't think I need to do that anymore. Originally I was like, well, if nobody makes the submissions, because it was really early and nobody was really going for the Slaanesh and Zeech thing, if nobody makes submissions, then I'll maybe drop some of my own. But considering how many people have come through with really great submissions so far, I felt like that would be pretty much unnecessary. So yeah, maybe in future I'll do something related, but at the moment I don't think that's something I need to do, you know? Perhaps it would be a good idea, but I would have to see. And I'd have to think about it, which currently I'm not doing because I'm focusing on your guys' work, which is more important than mine anyway, because you guys are the ones basically funding this. Well, not funding so much as inspiring it. It's always good to see, and arguably the most important thing about this setting is how many people feel comfortable doing homebrew in it. I mean, if we want to talk about like lengths to which people will go to improve a setting that they love, Warhammer fans are by far and away the most dedicated fan base. I mean, you can find something for anyone wherever you are, but very rarely will you get people willing to put in the effort and work that Warhammer fans are both able and willing to on a regular, if not a universal basis. Like, you just will not find it amongst any other fans except perhaps some of the more controversial fandoms. I say controversial in a bad way. But we are not that evil. Or, I shouldn't say evil. Obsessed, perhaps? New units to add to Lizardmen and Bretonia? Well, the Lizardmen are in desperate, desperate need of a couple things. One of the primary ones is a better use for Kroxigors. I think that Kroxigor ranged units, specifically Kroxigor slingers or boulder hurlers, would be a good idea. They would work kind of like short-range artillery units, or kind of how grenades work in Total War. They essentially have the ability to throw big old... Yes, meat grinder. They essentially have the ability to throw big old rocks and other large and heavy objects at the enemy. For Bretonia, they are in desperate need of just making their foot squires better. I mean, if you want to talk about a unit that doesn't get a lot of love, and probably never will, Bretonian foot units are really up there. And I think that they could use a level of overhaul, if you know what I'm saying. Just some modification to make them both more useful and more fun to use. Because right now, just them having great swords and that basically being their personality is really boring and not all that intriguing as far as, like, gameplay goes, you know? So I think that would be nice. Okay. And they don't have the thing this time, so I think that they just lose this. Yeah, we're pretty good. Yeah, they are overlooked, like, as a faction in general, I would agree. 100%. Issue with Bretonia is the same issue I have with most vampire counts. You're pigeonholed into the always using the same exact composition. You're absolutely right. You have to use cavalry, because cavalry is the best thing you have. And everything else is either, like, not necessarily bad, but, like, not good either. Yeah. I don't think... Do they have an artillery unit? No, they don't. They just have mages, which mages are annoying, but mages are not a killer blow on this map. Yeah, just keep using that. Okay, I'm gonna move you away so that you can't Flock of Doom 3 units at a time, because that sucks. Absolute cringe shit. I hope you die first. Okay, how we doing over here? Going great. Yeah, they're all winded, so we actually are pretty good. Yeah, we're fresh. They're not. They're all gonna die. Yeah, and then as we go on, it just hits Murderous Mastery, and we're cool. I'm gonna just accelerate, because I'm fairly confident. Perhaps to my doom, but, you know, who cares? At this point, I think we're fine. Yeah, killer. A lot of fans for Bretonia add gunpowder units. Yeah, I'm on board with gunpowder for Bretonia. I mean, the Burgundians are the first people to develop really effective artillery tactics, and the Burgundians are related to the French in many ways. So I would say that having them use artillery, like, most specifically things that are, like, inherently inferior or inherently older. So, like, old culverin cannons and bombards and great cannons. Kind of how some of the Araby mods give them gunpowder. That should be how gunpowder works for Bretonia, in my opinion. That would work out fairly well. Again, in my opinion, which doesn't really count for much, but it's my opinion. Everyone's got one. Yeah, we're good. Murderous Mastery kicks in, and we just win. Yeah, arquebus units. Again, just give them, like, more primitive versions of gunpowder weapons, and I think it'd be great. But again, I would say emphasis on artillery. No horse-mounted gunpowder units. That is another thing. The Empire works with pistoliers. The other side of that horse-mounted gunmen for the French, that I think would not work as well because chevaleres, or the, like, historical chivalry, is very, very strong in France, and their idea of nobles as mounted horse combatants goes on for quite a while. So I don't think it would be as justifiable to give them gunpowder weapons on horseback. But gunpowder weapons on the ground, specifically artillery, would be very reasonable, yes. Alright, we're just going to come out and destroy this unit of Illyrian Reavers. Watch how fast they turn into chopped liver. French already gives them an L. Well, I don't know. I recently learned that the tiny bit of French DNA that I thought I had, I don't actually have. So I have been liberated from that literal 1% of French genetics. So that's all of the French gone out of me, so to speak. I got checked. I've been cured. I shouldn't say that. That's mean. I don't want to be mean to the French, but I will be mean to the Bretonians. That I'm cool with. Stop worshipping women in lakes. That's weird. Women in lakes distributing swords is no way to run a country, or no way to choose a leader for a country. No base upon which to base a government. I don't remember how to do the whole Monty Python thing, but yeah. I will continue to make fun of the Bretonians, mostly because of the Lady of the Lake. Alright. 5 more minutes, we'll finish up the next couple of rounds, and then we will jump into the homebrew real quick. Because first off, I just want to determine how we're going to do that. I want to set up one of the slides for you guys. For the Lizardmen, always thought they needed more Old One tech, like skin unit with crystal and sun rifles. Dinotopia type shit. Dinotopia. I don't know. I don't think sun rifles would be a thing. But I do think that they should bring more of those pylons and obelisks into battle. Kind of the same way that the Necrons have their artillery. I think that the Lizardmen should have something similar, where they draw like one of those big floating towers onto the battlefield, and on top of it is just a big fat-ass toad who's just casting lightning and shit. I think that would be pretty cool. And considering that they float into battle anyway, I don't see why that shouldn't be something that they can do. Alright, I am totally fine taking huge casualties on this. Violate Ulthuan. That is a horrible goal. No, I'm not taking the Eagle Gate. That is all the fucking way down there. Yeah. Yeah, mobile pyramids would be great. Okay, I don't care if you take that settlement. I really don't. You just stay there forever for all I care. I really could not give less of a shit. What do I do now? I think it's time to develop an army here and try and take the Unicorn Gate. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it is time. I think it is time. Alright, what do we think? Normally I would go with a Lore of Beasts Sorceress. I think, yeah, Fleet-Footed is a good pick, because I like them fast. That was weird. I shouldn't have said that. I like my sorceresses to be quick on the battlefield, not I like them fast. Let me language correct there. Okay, 15 units. That should be enough for now, because that'll take fucking 11 turns to get done. And then when we get there, I'll have 4 of those. I'll have 2 of those. That'll be cool. No, stop taking notes. I don't want you taking notes on the things that I say that are out of context. The context is I prefer my Dark Elven sorceresses to be quick so that they can get to where they need to be to cast their spells. It has nothing else to do with anything else. Okay. So here's the question. Do I fight them here and try and bleed them out? Because I can't win, but I have walls. I think I want to be a dick. Gagalian just attacked me out of nowhere. I kind of want to be a dick. I'm kind of going to be a dick. I'm not going to lie. After this battle, we will jump into the homebrew stuff. And also, I want to take you guys through some channel analytics stuff. Just in case anyone was interested in how we're doing. I really wanted to show off some stuff. Because again, we're talking about the anniversary here. I mean, I am going to make our homebrew review and all that, and make it into a video. It might be a video, it might actually just be a stream, where I go over all that stuff with you guys here, because I'd love to stream and talk to you guys about it. specifically about your stuff. But, you know, I can also upload it as a video separately. Okay. So they have 3 of those. They have 2 of those. The eagles literally don't matter at all. What we need is we need a unit here. We need 3 units. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And all they're going to do is be harassment. You're going to be on this corner. You're going to be next to them. You're going to be in the middle. Alright, you are going to be behind the wall. And then you are going to be right here. Yeah, because the goal automatically is to take down those towers. And to hem them in. The goal is to take down the towers and hem them in. If we can do that, if we can take them down, if we can take down the towers, we will be in a much better shape. Because every time we take a tower down, we actually drop that unit basically to 0 health. And it takes 2 towers to knock, or it takes 2 archer towers to knock down one of their towers. Firing consistently. So we are just going to have to take care of it. Create a skirmish lizardman heavy cav out of something like Peratosaurus, like one of the big ones. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, the Saurus already have quite a few quote-unquote, like, skirmish cav, don't they? Alright, can I aim this unit? No, I cannot. That kind of sucks. I kind of forgot about that. It's fine. This is fine. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is terrible about this. But you are needed on this unit. Yeah, just take out those spearmen. You, same thing. You, same thing. Yeah, we should be able to take out that one. We might be able to take out this one, but I doubt it. Alright, speed it up. Yeah, no, we're fucked. Alright, that's fine. Bunch of skins with spears and plow-type writing in the back of one of these. Oh, dude, I can't even pronounce that. I'm sorry. Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus. Is that correct? Is that at least somewhat accurate? Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus. Let me look up a picture of that. Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus. Oh, the hornhead dudes. Okay, the crested dinosaurs. Cool. I don't know. I mean, I know that we kind of just add stuff into Warhammer Fantasy as needed as far as dinosaurs go. So yeah, Parasaurolophus. I knew what those were. I just didn't know the name. But yeah, a unit of 3. Actually, that is kind of a better idea. They would probably have lizardmen on the back of them. That's the main thing. I don't like this whole idea that skinks are somehow like natural-born skirmish troops. I am, as we call it, swamp French. That is hilarious and also true. Swamp French from Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana. Swamp French. That is hilarious. I'm using that in the future. Yeah, Parasaurolophus, I would say that'd be pretty cool as a unit just overall. I would just say make sure that, you know, it's lizardmen on the back of them instead of skinks. I will also say that since we finished that, I'm going to let this turn finish out, and then we're going to take like a 5-minute stream break. Because I have to go get some stuff ready, and I also have to jump up and show you guys the list that we have so far. I'm going to work on some more of the homebrew stuff, see what we're working on, show you guys like an example clip or an example slide that we're going to be working with, and then we can get right back to this, because this is actually going really well. Like, this is a very unique run of this type. I do not usually get this far. I very rarely get the Sword of Cain back once I lose it, so that almost never happens. Okay, we're going to see if Talaris can just resolve this. He can. Yeah, this is why it's important to give them back as much health as possible. Yep. And that's why hitting level 10 is so overpowered, because I just picked up an entire half army worth of fucking broken-ass Regiment of Renown units. You get Conviction. And look, they literally heal up from half health to almost full. And then we're at 19 units. Yep, we're good. This is good. Tor Savior is going to hold out for a bit, but I severely doubt that they're going to be holding out forever. This army is getting powerful, and that's kind of it. All right, we are going to get a 5-minute break, and I will be back in a few minutes. If I want a round calling myself an emperor because some watery tart threw a scimitar at me, they would have had me locked away. Very good reference. Thank you for that. All right, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Set your timers, folks. Okay, that is exactly 5 minutes. I am back. Welcome. Glad to have you. Good to still see you here. Do some little bit of cleanup before we go and jump into the homebrew stuff. So. Yes, Blood Voyage, please. Alright, so the Blood Voyage is just gonna go down the gut and take Unicorn Gate. That is the only thing that it needs to do. Everything else is secondary. Okay. LASR, yeah, we just take this. Oh, nope. They have a 17 garrison there. Fuck that. We're going to keep that for now. Okay. Let's look at this homebrew stuff then. Homebrew tier list. Okay, so let's look at this now. So, what have we got? We've got quite a few things to look at. Sorry, let me look at what I passed. Calling us off the... Yeah. Thought a pack of Megalania would make a great unit as well. The older Solar Crocs in the Age of Mythology would also make great Lizardman unit. Yeah, isn't that kind of what the Dreadsaurus is, though? Don't worry about me being 4 minutes back instead of 5. Chill. Everyone's morning, mine's going fairly well. I mean, it's not too early for me. It's about midday. So here's what I have from the post so far. I have the challenge stuff here as well. This is all from YouTube. We've only gotten 4, and then Energy V. Yeah, the dude who's in the chat, or was in the chat earlier, he's got some Slanesh Discord stuff. Lots of extra stuff coming in, especially for the Emperor's Children, which I think he did like 5 submissions total, so I'm going to have to pick through and see which 3 we both like, and then I'll find the Slanesh Demon Engine that he did. So we've got Tuna. Tuna, of course, has his lovely Anneliad pattern siege engine, which is fucking massive and is, 62 meters long, 45 meters wide, 18 meters tall, with an armor consisting of an adamantium body covered in large ceramite plates. Basically, he made a giant tunnel worm, which he sent me a picture of, and it is massive. It is currently 2:24 p.m., roughly. So it's rather late in the afternoon for me, or early in the afternoon. Horace the Great, that homie who kindly donated a little bit ago, added the antediluvians. Basically the same thing. Again, that'll be a good opportunity for me to research those OG vampires. What I would have to do with that, I'm going to have to see. Putting that into 40k canon is not impossible, because we have basically vampires in 40k canon. I mean, there's plenty of things similar to the antediluvians. We would just have to justify. I think a good spot to put that idea, we don't count the Tremere or the Giovanni. Okay, cool. I'll look at it in a bit. The thing that I'm thinking for them is making them a little bit like the Enslavers, with the idea that, like, they were controlling human civilizations during Old Night, or they were able to gain primacy during Old Night, and they have their little enclave in the galaxy that they protect using a mix of, like, psychic magic and also killing anyone who comes inside. That seems like a good deal to me. I would have to see. So here's an example. This is the one from last year, basically. Or, no, almost 4 months ago. All this lovely stuff, the beryllium, the gladiator, the lithobolos, the M21 master anomaly, the Lamia, which, goddamn, I love this tank so much. Such a great idea. Obviously, the 2 berylliums, the Virtue gunship, that one dude who wanted to rearm the Castellans. All of this stuff is great. The Flaming Claws, the Venetti, all that. And then our lovely Warg Peasant Masters. And the Copper Thieves, who, weirdly enough, this time around I'm doing another Copper Thieves thing. Because same person who brought them in wanted another set. Or had a specific unit. It was like the Yellow Men, or something like that. I forget the exact name for it because it was submitted like 2-3 weeks ago. But yeah, there will be more on these boys, because really they were more of a unit than anything, and yeah, Hypnotismo. But yeah, this was the original, like, format. What I'm thinking for this is, rather than this whole arrangement of, like, description, armament, variants, armor, and ratings, I'm thinking of just making it considerably simpler. And bear with me here. So if I duplicate and go to just example slide, we would just have concept, background, which is basically going to be like your submission here. Yeah, just the concept, submission, details, and then relevant details /stats /lore, and that's just going to be number 2, and that's going to be what gets broken down. So we're actually talking about, and then rather than ratings, we're going to just give it a plain old-fashioned review. Looking at role fulfillment. What do they do? Role fulfillment, logistics, and style, lore, flavor. So, how would we feel about that? So, not numbers anymore. So it's not a numbered ranking. It's just looking at the same concepts of role fulfillment. Does it do the job that you say it does? Logistics, how it would work in universe. And then style, lore, flavor. How would it look? How would it function? All that good stuff. What do we think about that? Because if that's cool, I'm absolutely cool making that like the example slide and then building the rest of them off of it. Because I agree, I don't think it should be as much of a challenge. The only difference for the actual challenge thing for that and then the thing that I want to do for the challenge is I want to create a... How do I say? I want to create a bracket. So you know how if you play, like, competitive sports, you can have certain teams go up against each other, and then it'll, you know, work its way down slide by slide? That's kind of what I want to have. I want to have... Just the idea of they're going head to head and how I would consider them in terms of like fighting or in terms of like accuracy. So what I'm thinking is we do just a straight bracket. So a no like losers bracket. Yeah, like the ratings, but instead of a tier list, we have them basically fight against each other. And then maybe we could have a losers bracket. Here, I'm going to look up one sports bracket. Just an example of a sports bracket so you can see what the hell I'm talking about. There we go. Literally something as simple as this. Like, just have them on each side. Just very simple. Criteria. Would one be more effective in its role than the other? Or maybe not in its role, but in universe. Because we are trying to create, like, the most reasonable demon engine, right? We're trying to create the one that would kind of fit GW's narrative or fit what we're working with in terms of lore. So I think that, you know, if the homebrew stuff is supposed to be the nicer, not so ranking-wise thing, because, you know, I didn't feel comfortable or happy giving anyone, like, a low score. I think the lowest score I gave out was, like, a 2. No, I don't even think I did a 2. Yeah, the lowest one I did was I gave out a 3. Yeah, I gave out a couple 3s, actually. Yeah, see, I don't even feel happy about... No, I gave out a 2. I gave out a 2 for logistics on the Virtue gunship. My bad. Goddamn. Yeah, but a 2 might have been the lowest one I gave out. But still, yeah, I don't like doing that. I didn't like doing that, and I would rather not do it in future. So I think that having the review slide, the review side of this being the, like, chill side, where we just look at the lore and think about it that way... how do we feel about the challenge side being the one that's a lot more actively critiquing of people's ideas? Because it is supposed to be head-to-head. I want people to be able to say that they won, quote-unquote. Alright, so this one's going to be more competitive, essentially. Okay. And I'm going to make a loser's bracket as well. So it's not just going to be all winners. We're also going to make a loser's bracket. Since there's only like 6 to 8 submissions right now, we'll probably be looking at a smaller bracket than this. Maybe just a single bracket to get ourselves an actual winner. But either way, we'll go piece by piece. We'll decide who's fighting who. I will probably put Zeech on one side and Slaanesh on the other side, but I will say I have far more Slaanesh demon engines than I have Zeech. So that is a bit of a problem, just as far as, like, I can't really say that it's going to be an even split, because far more people did Slaanesh than Zeech, which is not a problem. I'm totally cool with that. I agree that Zeech is really hard to do engines for, because, well, what the hell can you give the man that he doesn't already have? Obviously, he just has kind of a fuck everything button in terms of warp fire, but he's also completely busted in a lot of other ways, like, I don't know, the ability to use magic as a demon really, really well and consistently. So, that's tough. I understand why people aren't doing it as much, but the couple submissions that I have gotten for Zeech were really, really cool. Like, we have that floating demonic platform that constantly shits out rituals that either summon more demons or summon big old spells or things like that. Almost like a mobile pain palace. It's really cool. And then I think the other one that I got for Zeech was... I'm trying to remember. Somebody will yell it at me, I'm sure, and I will find it later. Couple of good homebrew units. Somebody just submitted one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that wasn't for the Demon Engines one. That was just a really cool one for the Tau. We'll see about that. I'll see about that. Yeah, because the other thing is, the reason this is taking so long, and it will take so long, is because I'm having to go back all the way through this discussion, which began, I don't know, a month ago almost, and check all of the details that people actually brought along to it. The Infernal Orchestra, that's Slaanesh. Again, I have no issue with it. I'm just realizing that I'm kind of low in the Zeech department. Not that it's a problem. Let me see. Yeah, I really think there's only a couple of real Zeech units up here. A lot of them are Slaanesh, which is cool. I am good with Slaanesh as well. Slaanesh is awesome. I'm also thinking of maybe increasing the number of winners to 4. One, obviously, in the loser's bracket, one in the winner's bracket, etc. Oh, yeah, Hypnotismo also put one in. Yeah, the Demon Kirov. Yeah. So, any other questions about this before we get back to the game? Because that's probably how I'm going to do it. I'm going to start building it up. Obviously, I'll post the stuff that we're doing. And I will let you guys know ahead of time how it's going to look, and you'll be able to see a bunch of it. And then, of course, I will be doing the review on stream first, and then I will be doing it, I'll be posting it as a video and editing it and all that. Probably won't be too heavily edited, but it will be edited. To a degree. We'll see. If there's massive gaps in it. If there aren't, and if we're able to go through it relatively consistently without a bunch of gaps on my part or having to read chat for 20 minutes, then we'll upload it as is. But as it stands, especially with the challenge example, I want to do that as a video because that's just going to encourage people to come on and argue their side. And as much as I like that, unfortunately, it wouldn't really work out well. So yeah, I can say that you guys came up with some banger vehicles. I mean, for all that I can bitch and complain about realism and about design flaws, I still really like a lot of these. I don't know if I had a favorite from last time. I think one of my favorites in terms of just like, this should already be a thing, was the rearmed Castellans. I don't know why they're only equipped with the basic weapons that they are. I mean, like, none of these things seem to actually be integrated into their armor. So I really, like, when I was looking through the lore, I'm like, there's no reason why these couldn't be rearmed, basically. The Beryllium Skycutter was cool. I like the UNSC styling. The Lamia light tank, though, this one was definitely one of my absolute favorites, because 40k needs more light tanks. And it got pretty much good rules all across the board. Trying to think, because I know Bone Man did 3 of these. I believe, yeah, all 3 of these were yours, Bone Man. They were pretty good. This one just got a very unfortunate logistics score, because it's fucking huge. Yeah. All in all, pretty good last time. And I hope that this one will be very similar. I also see a lot of people going the direction of the Master Anomaly, where they want kind of like a concept hashed out. And since it worked last time, I think it'll work well this time as well. But that's enough of that nerd shit. I have all the Discord stuff coming up, and then obviously the challenge details are there. I'm going to add that little bracket detail to it. So I'll copy this. Paste it. Okay, cool. Alrighty, let's get back to it. Oh. Current bitrate is lower than the expected bitrate. I don't care. We're still good. Okay. Yeah, the Tau, I don't think that they can't be cool. I just think that sometimes it's hard for them to be cool. Get fucked to get away from my settlement. No settlement for you. Yeah, can't recruit anything, can't grab anything. You need to go down there. You are going there. We are good. Yeah. It's going to take a few more turns, but we should be fine. See, I think people love Farsight for a very good reason, but at the same time, he is still a Tau. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. I'm not going to include logistics in the Demon Engine thing because they are Demon Engines. I'm going to be doing basically extremely hyper-focused on which one is, like, just better overall. Now, that doesn't mean that, like, making a Demon Titan would just mean, oh, it's bigger, it's better. It's also, like, what could reasonably be done with it? Is it easy to create? Is it effective to create? Would it be able to last a long time? Does the lore behind it support the kind of Demon Engine deployment that we know is common in canon? All that kind of, like, underlying stuff that we take into heavy account with the Homebrew submissions is going to be not necessarily less important, but less focused upon for the Demon Engines. Because, well, the Demon Engines are trying to replace a gap in lore rather than trying to, like, make something perfect. We don't want perfect. We want effective and reliable and all that good stuff. Doesn't mean that I won't be taking it into account, just means that there'll be some different criteria. And also, I'll be looking at overalls instead of just one job, you know? Alright. Bro, do you have some decent shit to use? Potion of toughness. Do I want the potion of healing instead? I kind of do. Because that gives him way more health back. And we're going to give you the potion of toughness instead. Yeah, good. Okay. Deadeye. We just want to max out Deadeye because it's just so important. You need to get a weapon. Oh. Accident. Yeah. The Infernal Orchestra wasn't bad at all. I like the design, but we'll have to see about it in comparison to its fellows, you know? There's a lot of stuff out there. A lot of it matters. And quite a bit of it is just going to come down as well to how it's written, how it's designed. I mean, if something is written with good lore, but it's not, like, designed super well, well, then that might not do as well. Yeah, mobile rock bands and crab with sonic weapons. I did also have one demon engine that I wanted to input, but it wasn't like a general use or a general purpose engine, so I didn't think it would be fair. Basically, it was something that I made for a campaign. It's the crab. I mean, Alpha knows what I'm talking about, because he's the one who used it. It's the crab. It's a giant... not a normal crab, it is a giant horseshoe crab with a warp siphon in the tail. It was, / is, quite powerful. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Everything is gonna be fine. I have 2 fucking hydras at that spot, so we are all good. Crab people. Yep. Definitely. In this case, it's more like crab tank, or crab baneblade, I suppose. Oh, speaking of crab people, the crab people have joined us. We are friends with the crab people. They are allies of ours. See, the Phoenix Gate now is basically impervious. I don't care what they bring against us. Decisive defeat? How? How is that a decisive defeat? In what universe? In what universe is that a decisive defeat? I do not understand this game. That's some bullshit right there. High-grade bullshit. Yeah, we're going to take Whitefire, and then hopefully we can grab the Griffin Gate. That would be pretty baller, honestly. But I don't think we'll be able to. We'll see. Actually, we might not be that bad. We might have a small chance of success with that, because that's a lot of health that we have left. My idealized echelons and my Rogue Trader connection of armies. Other two, I'm excited. Yeah. Idealized echelon and the Rogue Trader collection of armies. Yep, those will be both good for sure. Well, you always have time to build on it. That's why I'm waiting for giving people plenty of time. You have so much time. If you need to build on it, if you need to create new stuff, if you need to work on it, you have the time. Nothing at all is keeping you from doing your best to get it worked on. Nothing at all. I am super, super happy to give people extra time. I'll even give you pointers. Like, I would be happy to let you know what's going to be important in this competition, like right here on stream. I will tell you, and I'll tell everyone, hey, this is what I'm going to be looking for. This is what I would prefer out of you in general. Oh, goodness. Someone's texting me like crazy. Yeah. Also, my buddy Nurgle, he just gave some stuff in. Kind of surprised. What was your idea again, Bowman? For the Chaos engines? Yeah, I kind of expected that. That's fine. Also expected that. That too is fine. We'll lose the interior, we'll keep the exterior. Flash in the pan ideas are fine. You can always just pick them up later. That is not an issue. A flash in the pan is basically how everyone describes inspiration, and hey, inspiration at the end of the day is just the Chaos Gods trying to speak to us. So, there's no issue. No problem with it at all. Yeah, your 11 units should definitely not be able to fight me at all. So if I go over there and it says that I have a 0% chance to kill you, I'm going to be very, 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 very upset, actually. It really doesn't matter how much health my guys have. I have the fucking Sword of Cain, and also objectively better units than you. Yeah, close victory. Sure. Sure, we'll pretend like that works and makes sense. That is hella bread, though. I'm all good with that. That is hella bread. Hella bread. Hella brawn bread. That was $5,000 for defeating her army. Damn, she was loaded. She was loaded. Damn. Alright, so here's the question. Do I go after them, or do I try and... I'm going to try and bum rush Griffin Gate before it gets any bigger. Oh, yes, I can take it. I'm taking it. Loot and occupy. Yes. Okay, that's good, because we can choke them. Now, we have 2 of the gates. And if we take those, we are actually in a really good spot to try and choke them out. Even if they push further and they try and take this, we are actually super, super good right now. This is going really well. Like, remember, this is a challenge run. I don't usually get to this point. And again, it's totally fine. If we get the Unicorn Gate by any means necessary, if we get the Unicorn Gate by any means, we actually have a solid chance of taking the whole island, because they won't be able to penetrate that entire screen. Oh shit, we actually have friends from Hargonetha coming to help us. Yes, I will absolutely join your wars. Because I really don't care about killing Bretonnians, because they're miles away. Nurgle's submission is really cool. Like the model he's using. Bipedal melee monster? Let me look. Let me look. I'll look on my phone. Oh, yeah, that thing. Yes. That, it's like a war dog, yeah. Very cool war dog. Yeah, you're welcome to do that, homie. You can feel free to submit anything you'd like. Again, I may eventually have to like make an upper limit for stuff, but I severely doubt I'll need to do it immediately. That should not be an issue at all. Lairish Temtox. Nice. Cool. Yeah, man. Anything that you want to add to it, I'm cool with. Melee attack. Okay. Now I should be able to take this. Basic armor, hand weapon. Yeah, I'm going to give it to you. Adventine dagger. That gives you 2 shots of that, which is really nice. Blood of Acer. I can take that back, and I can take this entire area very quickly. Witch Draughts. Okay. We're good. We're good here. I think, straight up, I'm gonna have her sit here in fucking that stance. And then I'm gonna give these guys some more weapons. Sword of Anti-Heroes specifically. Yep. It's going to you. Enchanted items. Nope. Okay. We should be good. Yeah, if we can take the Unicorn Gate with this army, or with the next Blood Army, in 11 turns. What has she got? Sarath has some good shit. Problem is you don't actually know a lot about demons. Well, I made, I think, 8 videos on Chaos Demons and the Chaos Gods now. So, I can literally tell you about them, if you want to watch those videos. I did make a lot of videos on the Chaos Gods. So, feel free to take a look at them. Fun as a flying Slaneshi machine. Embrace the meme, make a flying squid machine. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Well, Slanesh can be a lot of different creatures. Flying squid or flying, anything, essentially. I mean, somebody did make, like, a giant flying ray, or a bat ray, which is pretty cool. That's good in my book. Giant flying spaghetti monster. Yeah, do it. No balls. You won't do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna raid. Straight raiding. I'm gonna keep that there because I want my slave income. Alright. More slaves are more better. And this gives my witch elves hella damage, which is good. Hidden paths. Yes, that is important for giving me more movement than my enemies. Yeah! Hi, Mr. Cookies. Good to see you. I don't think you've been here before. Welcome. Or maybe you have. I don't know. But either way, yeah, we talking shop. Alright. Income, bonuses, money. I got hella bread, so I don't need that. I would really like the ability to recruit some units sometime this century, so let me do that. Alright. Got that. Got this. I need you to have some better units, for sure, and forsooth. We're going to go with 2 more of these, and then 3 more of those. Yeah, 6 turns, I'll have a solid army there. My hope is she moves away from the Unicorn Gate to deal with all of these guys, and then I'll be able to take them out. Yes, sure, whatever, dude. Just, you make your own armies. I do not care. This is ridiculous at this point. He's just calling me into a bunch of wars with people because he's lazy. I will run. I will die. That's okay. I don't care. It was a blood group army. It really doesn't matter all that much. Oh, that's rough. I don't want to lose this, so I'm gonna fight. It's the same build, I think, as the Psalm. We just have half the units we normally would, which really sucks because they have Great Eagles. And Great Eagles are one of the one things that can blow this strategy open. But I think we have enough units, especially with our Black Guard, if we deploy them smartly, to deal with this. Because they have no artillery and they have very few archers. So we actually are kind of good here. Because I know where they're going to deploy their archers, and it just matters where they put the Eagles. Because I can deal with the Eagles. I have the Black Guard. The Black Guard can kill the Eagles relatively easily. I just have to be, like, actively microing for them. Where are the Eagles? Okay, the Eagles are in the spot where they normally put them. That's good. Alright. In which case, this unit goes here. This unit goes here. Yeah, the Bird Brigade. Alright. So again, I think the only thing that I do here is I swap over these two, and then I put these two in this direction. So they just have a harder time. I also have the Explosion. The Explosion is going to be helpful. It is not a automatic killer, like it is for some armies, but it is effective still. The Explosion, if you don't know, is it's a Dark Elf thing, where you can drain a unit of its vitality. I think I'm just going to put them all there so that they can shoot them. And then 2 units, 2 units, 1 unit here, 1 unit here of Blackguard. And that leaves me with that unit, which is going to go right in the rear here. Okay. So that leaves me with nothing to cover my flanks or my ass, but that should be fine. Should not be a problem, really. Alright. So the goal here... I'm sorry, I am hyper-focusing right now, because this is a chance that I lose this area, and I don't want to lose it because it's very important to me. So I might be hyper-fixating for a minute. Yeah, Lothran Sea Guards are the only thing they have, and I will shoot them to death. I also have enough guys to resist. The problem is, like true absolute pansies, they are not deploying their Eagles. More slaves, more better. Oh, of course, the government monitors these streams. However, me saying more slaves, mo better about Total War Warhammer, I doubt they will care about. Please tell me you're not a wizard. Okay, you're an Archmage of Shadows. That's fine. I don't care. Shadows is not a real magic. Shadows aren't real. When's the last time you saw a shadow? Alright, ascending in the Eagles. We need to do some chip damage to them. I know that we can also use the explosion to kill some of them. So as long as I keep one explosion, we're fine. And we can do some damage immediately as they take fire. Yeah. Honestly, like, we take these units, we spread them out just a little bit, and then we let them at them. Yeah. Yep, here they come. Yep, that's exactly what I would expect out of them. They're massive cowards. They have no honor. And we're going to drop the biggest explosion in the world on their heads. Because that drops them down dramatically in health in exchange for pretty much just some stamina. And stamina we can get back. So we're going to collapse the Black Guard on top of them, because the Black Guard have anti-large, which will allow them to basically massacre these Great Eagle units. Yeah, we should be just fine. Get them, boys. Get them. Get them. Get them. Yeah, shaken, attacked in rear. Okay. It says they're winning for now, but we will see. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work out. I am fairly certain we'll be fine. There we go. They're already breaking. That's good. That's good. That was what I was hoping for. Yeah, because the Black Guard just absolutely destroyed them. And if the Black Guard are fine, that gives our archers more time. We will be okay. We will be okay. Nothing terrible is going to happen. We're going to be cool. We're going to be cool. We have the backup of the Cold One Knights if we need them. Alright, Great Eagles are fighting the Knights. That's fine. I don't think they can win that fight. Yep, nope, they can't. They lose. Nice. They are my biggest, were my biggest problem. So they should not be an issue anymore. I love how he says slash kill like he's doing a computer command. Slash kill! Okay, Eagles are dead. I repeat, the Eagles are dead. The Eagles! The Eagles are dead! Okay, yep, there's the other unit of Eagles taken care of. Yeah, we just use them to clear them out now. We should be all good. This is at 16. We are totally fine. This was no problem. That was close there. It was close for a minute, but it's definitely the end of them. Yeah, we're good. We're good. They're trash. We're good. They're trash. Yep, that's game. Good, good, good. You reached peak nerd? Look, I consider reaching peak nerd to just be reading any not popular Warhammer Fantasy book. Reading any book of Warhammer Fantasy lore that isn't like a popular one, like Gotrek and Felix, or Snikch or something, anything that isn't that, reading one of those books, in my opinion, is peak nerd. Which I've managed to escape in the short term, just because there's really good descriptions of Queek Headtaker in other online lore. Because Queek Headtaker and Ska are literally my two favorite characters from Warhammer Fantasy. I fucking love Clan Moors. I rep Moors, 100%. I rep Clan Moors. The only people who I stan more than Clan Moors is the concepts around Clan Pestilence. We're good. Been listening to several series about how pre-modern societies make bread, iron, and cloth. Nice! A really cool series that I love is, or not series, but a really great book I love is Guns, Germs, and Steel by Jared Diamond. It is one of those books that I kind of think contributes to my history love so much. I got it when I was pretty young, and then I just fell in love with it. I listened to it very, very religiously for a long time, and it was super, super good. Alright. Yeah, we have to protect this area. There's two armies here. They're crushed. They're probably going to attack again, which is fine. I don't really care. Yeah, we want this, and we want that. I wonder, can I take Mistnar? Yeah, it was just being cringe. That's okay. Rebellion is also fine there. Can I take this with my units? No, I can't. I don't have enough units. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Everything is fine. We have so much money. How long until we get another one of these? 9 turns? Okay, fine. Whatever. High Elves are getting the made one before the Vampire Coast. Mod one. Yeah. Yeah, they are. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Mallworm. Yeah, Magic Treehouse. What a great series. Introduced a lot of people to the concept of, like, living history. And, of course, yeah, peak History Channel. Not After Hours History Channel, but, like, actual peak History Channel, which... Man, if you wanted to break your fast on a vacation or doing something with your family, Peak History Channel was up there. I think, yeah, one of the other main things that I did other than just History Channel was I was also a huge, I was a huge Shark Week fan, which didn't have much to do with history, but it was also like, natural world stuff in addition to the more nitty-gritty history things. Alright. My hope is that I can get onto land. Yep. No, it doesn't let me get close. That sucks. But it's okay. Alright. Skills. Presence. Yeah. Because I can defend this corner, and then Griffin Gate. Have they all healed up? Most of them are mostly healed. That is fine. I want to summon a person here. Just because I can. Dreadlord. He needs to be level 13 to get his next unit. He is close to 13. If I take this, I will be level 13, and I will be back up to 19 units, which I am very cool with. Why are you so cringe? Provincial instability, damn it. Okay, well, that makes sense. Next rebellion in 2 turns. I can summon a person here who is not going to ruin everything for me. Blood of Acer, no. Malevolent, Cunning, no. First Strike, Loyal, no. Tough, Harpies of Nagaron, no. Harpies of Nagaron? Nope, that's enemy province. Ambusher, no. Vicious, Determined, no. Strong, Disciplined, Cruel. Shit. I don't think there's anything here that's very good. She's gonna have low leadership. Well, like I say, I like my sorceresses quick, so let's go with Strider again. Usually not a perk that I enjoy, but it's fine in this case. Fond memories of being entranced by how it's made by Arizona. Oh yeah, and now the internet dude who does how it's made. He made the how it's actually made guy. Yeah, that dude is also really fun. Do I think I can fight this fight? I kind of do. I kind of don't think that you're going to beat me, I'm not going to lie. I kind of think I'm a bit overpowered at this point. I may be about to get smacked down from my high horse, but I think I'm going to win. Yeah, how it's actually made guy, I love him. He helped me go to sleep a lot in college, because I had, like, bad sleep deprivation for a long time, because I had the most fucked up schedule ever, and I was popping up and dropping down a lot. And his videos are just the most relaxing shit in the universe, and they made it super, super easy to pass out. So I will always love that guy, 100%. And also, it's just fun videos. Really fun. Okay. I don't know why you can't be Vanguard deployed, but sure. Okay, so these units here... We kind of want to get stuck in. Like, this is a get stuck in army. For sure. Now, I can defeat that 100%. So the real question is, what are they going to bring that would theoretically be worse than that or better than that? We want to kill the Eagles. We want Talaris to fuck that up. We want you to be knocking down this. We want you here, and you on their officer. Oh, sorry, switch that around. You here and you on the officer. Then the Orisians can go after the Trianok thing. These are great sword infantry. Do they have a bonus against infantry? Okay, bonus against infantry. They're going to go up the gut. These guys all have bonus against infantry, bonus against infantry, bonus against infantry. So we're going to send them just willy-nilly. Here, there, and everywhere. And then that should be exactly what we want. Speed, I need speed buffs. No speed buffs from anyone other than them. And I have the cane thing when I get a chance. Okay. Yeah, 100%. I can start doing this. Sorry. Leagues of Votan, like what air units would they have in the field out of your head? I just really feel like air units. In terms of the leagues, I would imagine that they would have things very similar to like early space landers. So if you were to look at things like the cosmonaut aircraft, that would be something that I could see them using a lot. Not so much because of the aesthetic, but more so just because of the idea that they're like off-world miners, and a lot of their stuff is going to be done in the void and their whole void suit aesthetic. So I would say that, yeah, something similar to that in a way, that would benefit from, you know, just being in the void rather than being in real space, or in air, not air-breathing vehicles, you know. High-tech gunship. High-speed. Yeah, heavier craft, for sure. Again, think like industrial shipmen for mining and for space. Go. Go, Sisters of Slaughter. Kill those motherfuckers. I don't know Horrible Histories. I do not know that one. Swarm them. Swarm. Swarm. The swarm. Yeah. Yeah, the space gear off. Yeah, something floaty would also make a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm just going to have them kamikaze the front lines. So I can do this. We're fine. We're straight up going to crush them with this, and this is not going to be an issue at all. Alright, sorry. Missing things set over here. Yeah, nothing hits harder than spaceships fighting in Atmo. I can agree. Can agree, 100%. Oh, I did not think that that affected my units as well. Damn. Well, that sucks, but we're fine. Yeah, we're straight fine. Straight goated with the sauce. We're all good. We are all good. Yep, that's it. Easy. Yeah, we lose a bunch of people, but also quick and easy. See, they say we're going to lose. I don't think we're going to lose. We always win. Yeah, I could see them having a diesel punk aesthetic, but I also like how they have it currently with the bubble aesthetic, which I kind of associate with the Soviets. Again, like was mentioned, the heavy helicopter, like a lifting helicopter, that kind of thing. And the, like, early atom punk rover look. I like those. They also make sense with the Voton. Yeah, okay. Wolfenstein-style diesel punk. That I can get on board with. All of that, like, Nazi base on the moon stuff, that would look good for them. Because it should be very, like, foreboding and anti-human and just opposed to current aesthetics, because they are supposed to be inherently just, you know, different from Imperial aesthetics. Now, do I think that that's correct? Do I think they should be using more Imperial technology? Yes, but if they're going to go that direction, you may as well go the whole way. Yeah, the Necromunda look isn't bad at all. Okay, time to do another meat grinder. They're attacking with an even worse assembly of forces now, but they have 3 Great Eagles this time. God damn. Annoying ass bastards. Yeah, like a welder-type vibe, I can agree with that. Oh, and by the way, I should say, since I'm getting just like a billion texts, we are probably going to be finishing up in about an hour. I cannot believe that people have been watching for this entire time. Y'all are absolutely the best. But if you have any questions, now would be the time, because we're probably going to finish up in about an hour here. Because that will have been streaming for 5 hours, which is a long time, and definitely is limit testing for how long I can actually reasonably and feasibly do this. But you guys have been great. Really. Truly, just more than I could ever ask for. Alright, let me... Nope, we're going to move these 2 guys over here. Again, standard battle formation. Get your asses on the walls. Boom. And then boom. And then boom. 1 unit behind. 1 unit here. 1 unit here. And then these guys both here. And what are we left with? Yeah, just the Corsairs. And these guys who we're going to have as our backups. Boom. 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 Alright. Cool. That should be plenty, if not enough. Legit, those bombers from The Last Jedi would be a big Votan. Yeah, I could see that working. The cutoff point for Homebrew is probably going to be within the next couple of days. I'm not going to be closing submissions, but at that point, I'll probably be telling people to keep their ideas for later. I am cool with you submitting stuff even, like, tomorrow or the next day. Just make sure it won't need any, like, changes, and be responsive in the Discord or on YouTube. If I have questions for, like, what it's going to be, otherwise I might not be able to do you justice. So yeah, we're still good. And refitted mining vessels, for sure. The buff really is lost forever. Or really is forever. Take care, Arlen. You do well. I wish you luck, and I will look through all the stuff that you sent in a bit. And yes, Heretic Burger. Honestly, I'm not sure what Heretic Burger would even be. I'm sure it would not be very tasty. As I don't think heretics taste very good. Though who knows, honestly. Actually, no, the flesh of a Slanesh worshipper might actually taste pretty fucking good. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, I think that the flesh of a Slaneshi, like, demagogue Yeah, that shit would taste incredible. For no particular reason. Just it would. Take me on faith here. Alright, you bastard eagles. I'm going to kill you all, and I'm not going to feel any type of way about it. Alright. Human flesh, but the imps already do that. Yeah. I mean, corpse starch is an emergency food. It's not a regular food for almost anyone. But yes, they do eat that. Man who replaced the high elves with Kriegers. Well, I don't know, but they sure do like grinding themselves into paste upon my walls, so they probably should be wearing Krieg uniforms at this point. Yeah, see, that's the question. I've always wondered, and I wanted to do like a meme video at some point of what the perfect food is for each type of Chaos Worshipper. So, like, with Khorne, it's sirloin steak, bloody, with corn on the cob, basically. Burnt corn on the cob. So, like, a jerked corn on the cob, like a Jamaican-style corn on the cob. And then probably something like a very, very heavy whiskey, or just Fireball. For Zeech, I think the preference would definitely be some sort of fancy... would I try a Stalker game? I mean, yeah. I would kind of have to take a look at it first and see whether or not I actually liked it, but I am usually open to playing new games, for sure. It's just that on stream, this is something that I can do that is Warhammer related, that is just in my head. I don't know. Nurgle, yes, really greasy fast food, but I would also say for Nurgle, something on the level of, like, fermentation. Like something really fermented, like a heavily pickled or vinaigrated vegetable or fruit. You know what I'm talking about? Like something pickled. Yeah. Well, yes, it makes you feel bad, but also the other thing is it literally is putrid. Like it is... it's vinaigrated, it's fermented, it is growing mold and things like that. He would also be a big fan of, like, cheese. Like, moldy cheese. So, the Sardinian maggot cheese, that would definitely be a thing that Nurgle would 100% get behind. I am, in fact... Yeah, surströmming. Yeah, that would be another one. Anything... Yeah, like that's the thing. There's a million gross foods, but few of them are, like, exactly what a Chaos God would want, right? Like, think about it. How many of the Chaos Gods would be cool with, like, surströmming as a thing that you just have? Because it's, you know, gross and has an effect on people, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, some stuff, like the Kazu Martsu, would be really big for Nurgle. Another one, I would say that the Ortolan, that little bird that you basically drown, torture in whiskey, and then you eat it whole, that is, like, a decadent Slaanesh thing, 100%. So I would say that those would be strong contenders for our meal of chaos, so to speak. Holy shit, this is a lot of eagles. Get fucked, nerds. Yeah, you never know what that's actually going to do. Sometimes it's nothing, sometimes it's something. Wolfenstein Nazi last. Would Wolfenstein work in the 40k universe? Yes, I believe so. They would work actually pretty well. There's a lot of factions that have forces very similar to the Wolfenstein Nazis. Their weapons are also not that bad in comparison to, like, most other similar 40k factions. Yeah. Bait me to it. Yes, Slaanesh would love the Ortolan. Yeah, weird East Asian dishes with animals. I would also say that certain very ceremonial dishes would work for Zeech, like shark fin soup. Shark fin soup is not good because it tastes good. Shark fin soup is good because it's fancy. And something that is good just because it's fancy, or like as part of a diplomatic meeting, that might be a Zeech thing. Specifically because it's hard to get, and it is, like, controversial. And it also is used for diplomacy. Like, it's used as a diplomatic meal. Also, these fucking eagles, they're not doing nearly as much as they probably thought they would be doing. Poor guys. Alright. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. This is working well. Stalker's really weird and hard. I have no idea. I know very little about the series. I just know the memes around it, and I know a little bit about, like, the actual function of the game from certain other folks who play it ahead of me, or who have played it that I know. There aren't many of those. It's just, like, again, heard of it, heard references to it. Oh, I feel like a good point to make pasta. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there are also weird things that you can make pasta out of. But what about, like, takoyaki? Like, takoyaki, I know it's kind of like a show food. Or, how do I say, a fair food, maybe? But takoyaki, it's got the tentacles, it's got the, like, weird doughiness, it's got the very specific balls and spoons and technique that you need to make it. It's got all those very highly ritualistic things around it that perhaps would be very Zeechian. Yeah, these great eagles are not doing well because they keep charging into our fucking stuff. Noonser is like the warp from Warhammer, but more realistic. Yeah, I know. I think you've mentioned this before, at least in a comment, I believe. You'd talked about the Noonser. Yep. Yep, the maggot cheese. It's Kazumartsu. It's from Sardinia. Honestly, of all of the gross foods, I think Kazumartsu would probably be one of the few ones that I'd actually try. Because I am a huge fucking cheese fan. I love cheese. I love almost every single type of cheese. And some of them, especially Kazumartsu, the description of it, other than the whole maggot thing, sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know, haha, gross, funny cheese, but Kazumartsu is weirdly alluring to me. Might be the Nurgle worshiper in my soul showing up, but yeah, high risk, little reward. Look, man, if it's some sort of legendary flavor, would you really want to miss it? Not saying it is, but if it was. Also, the risk isn't that. Oh, you're saying about pufferfish? Yeah, pufferfish, fugu, the poison that's in pufferfish would definitely be a Zeech thing. Especially again because it's just hard. It's the ritual of it. I feel like Zeech food would be anything like pizza. You gotta big basic stuff, but you gotta be crazy Brazilian meme. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of pizza is too basic for Zeech, but yeah, it would have to be something super unique. You could even make it like, is it pizza? Like a fake pizza or a faux pizza. Something that, like, could technically be classified as pizza, but, like, clearly isn't. Like, sushi pizza. There you go. Okay, that's the solution. Fucking sushi pizza. That would be Zeech. Zeech would 100% get behind sushi pizza. Made with all the weird shit. Yeah, see, I don't want to emphasize the bird thing as much, because bird is too easy. Like, bird could be anything. Yeah, weird flavor combos, especially spicy stuff, too. Like, that's the other thing. I say sushi pizza because tell me he wouldn't slather that shit in wasabi. Now you have your literal spicy pizza that you can have any combination of flavors on. Okay, we're almost done. Almost done here. There we go. Easy. Easy. Psychedelic apple. I don't know. I see the idea with the psychedelic apple, but like Slaanesh as a whole is subtle, but in a way that might be like misunderstood. Like the subtlety of seduction is something that would come in with Slaanesh, and I would agree. The idea of something normal, like an apple or like a poisoned tart or something, that happens to be laced with Slaaneshi poison or drugs, yeah, that's a very Slaanesh idea, but just a drug, an apple that makes you high, I would say maybe like a whole banquet or a buffet that is all laced with different types of drugs. That would work, for sure. It has to be variety, though. It wouldn't just be an apple. It'd be an apple that tastes completely different. I don't know if anybody's seen the ad with the guy giving out apples at a bar. He's like, "Can I get a Jack and Coke?" And he gives him an apple. And he's like, "Dude, I asked for a drink." And he's like, "Dude, just bite it." And one side tastes like Jack Daniels, and the other one tastes like Coke. It continues onward from there. If anybody's ever seen it or wants to see it, you can definitely look it up on YouTube. Not going to recount the whole thing here because it's a very funny skit. But I could see that being a very Slaanesh-y thing. Yes, I can agree. The AI slop on YouTube has gone absolutely fucking berserk. I can't imagine that it's going to continue for long. Mostly because if it does continue any longer, I will actively lose what few brain cells I have remaining. And I will simply fall over and begin foaming at the mouth. Being the ghost pepper challenges, eat ever spicier and spicier peppers. Yeah, I suppose. Like, sure. What did I miss? Hey, Tuna! We're on our last leg, buddy. You got about a half hour to hang out. We went over some creations, including some of yours. We went into some of the rules and adjustments that we're making to the system. We talked a whole bunch about all different kinds of stuff. Yeah, honestly, it's been a whole smorgasbord of delights. TBH. I do not want a black arc, I'm not gonna lie. It's just a lot of upkeep that I do not need. Okay, can I heal? Okay, they're healed slightly. It just sucks when I don't have enough to actually heal them up all the way. Alright, 4 turns. 4 turns and I will have what I need. Imminent Rebellion. Ah, that sucks. That really sucks. I may need a black arc after all. I do not want one, but... ah, damn it. Alright, well... black arc incoming. Alright, well... let's cross our fucking fingers, folks. We'll see when the AI bubble bursts, if it ever does. I hope it does soon. For the love of God. Yeah, you need that. Yeah, you think we're gonna lose here? We're not gonna lose here, guys. We are perfectly fine. This is not a problem. A lot, Gun Tuna. Yeah, we've been talking about god foods. That's what we're nerding out about now. Hit a point where AI is stuck and copies itself so hard it gets named to Harrisburg. I think you mean Habsburg AI because of incest, but yeah. Yeah, that is very likely. I mean, it's already kind of layering different ideas and effects without the goal of making people interested, with just the goal of regurgitating things more quickly. And not even more accurately, which is like a problem. No, you're all good. I knew what you meant. Okay, so what forces do we have here now? We have about the same fucking thing. Oh, that is fucking Alistair on a eagle. Okay, he's not on a dragon. That's fine. I am cool with him being on an eagle, because that I can deal with. Eagle I can deal with. I cannot deal with any other bullshit right now. Okay, which of you two is the most healthy? You two. See, this is the issue. Again, you just keep defending and defending and defending the same settlement over and over again. Which, while, like, I understand why it is the way that it is, at the same time, it can be quite frustrating. I'm going to also put one more unit of archers here. No, I'm not. I lied. Droke. We should be fine. We should be fine. Should be all good. Okay. So that's what we have right now. Put them right there. Blackguard are good. We'll be fine. We still have the explosion if we need it. Yeah. What food the gods would like. What meal specifically. Yeah, dead internet. We are getting there. We are for sure getting there. Damn. Okay, he got hit like a dozen fucking times. That is fine. You can be there. I have no issue with it. In the meantime, enjoy these 2 units of Blackguard that are going to absolutely obliterate you. Yeah, Helm's Deep Warhammer, for sure. For fucking sure, Helm's Deep Warhammer. No, I was thinking the gods themselves, but yeah, theoretically you could also include their followers. Dropped on the... Yeah, nice. Another banger on the server. Great. Can't wait to see that in, like, 30 minutes. Because we gotta end off later. Alright. Yeah, he's got bleed. That's fine. I don't care. He is getting absolutely crushed, but he's got radiant growth, which is a problem. A minor problem, not the end of the world. He's not unbreakable, that's fine. Corn would have a great steakhouse. Yeah, I agree, 100%. He would have a steakhouse. He would probably honestly have a Brazilian steakhouse. Like, he would have a fancy-ass steakhouse. Probably, like, some Promethean grills going and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, lots of fire and hot griddles and oil and stuff going on. I could definitely see him having just a baller steakhouse for sure. McDick's for my lunch break. It is not McDick's, but yes, I understand. Yeah, Nurgle, like, okay, McDonald's is definitely up there as far... Oh, no, I don't think he would have a kebab stand. I don't think he would have a kebab stand. I disagree. No kebab stand. My reasoning is that he would not do street food. He would definitely be the kind of person who needs to craft shit. Like, it's gotta be good, or it's not okay. Like, it needs to be good quality food, or he's not gonna sell it. So I don't think he would do, I don't think he would do a kebab stand. I understand, like, your reasoning with that, and I do get it. Yes, kebab is good. Nurgle would be an Indian street vendor. Jesus Christ. Get me knocked off the fucking air this early. But kebab can be nice, but kebab is also inherently like a very, very not expensive food. You know what I mean? It's not that it doesn't have quality, it's just that it is made to be inexpensive. Oh god, river ice water. I don't even want to think about that right now. That actually is making me feel ill. There is some good food. Like, I can't even say that I don't like, like, obviously street food is one thing, and, like, food in general is another. But, yeah, some street food is just not very good. Nurgle's the Indian tea stand. Yeah, I read that. Fancy quality stuff is getting close to Slanesh. I mean, yeah, but they already are close. Korn and Slanesh are already close. They already pull from the same brood of followers. You realize that, right? So that actually makes more sense if they're close in terms of their food group. So it doesn't matter if it gets close, because they are close. Alright. Come on, folks. Get killing. Do your job. Kill a motherfucker. Let's go. Favorite TV show or movie? It's been a long time since I watched TV, like, just to watch TV. But, back when I did watch it a lot, I was, and to a degree still am, a big fan of the original Adventure Time. I liked it. I liked the way that they used character a lot of the time. I liked the build-up and the kind of storytelling that went along with it. And it was one of those things that was like a hero's journey thing. I was a huge fan of just, like, I don't want to say YA fiction, because YA fiction has a really bad, like, by name nowadays. With the idea of, like, it's all just, you know, fucking smut, basically. It didn't used to be like that. It is now. But, yeah. I liked a lot of young adult authorship back in the day. Especially when it came to, like, hero and fantasy stuff. So one of the big things that I was a big fan of was Aragon, the book series. I never got into the Brandon Sanderson stuff. I'm doing that now as an adult, getting myself into that. But I was just a huge Inheritance Cycle fan. I read it for all the years that I was in school. I finished the entire book series, mostly audiobook version. I was just such a lover of that. And so Adventure Time was like my first entrance into that. Outside of that, I also liked the History Channel. I liked the Shark Week as well. I'm a big fan of, like, schlocky, bad horror movies. A bit of a gore hound. And I liked a lot of the shark movies. I'm also a big Lord of the Rings fan, and I liked Total Drama Island when it was out. The first couple seasons, it was fun. So I think that gives a go up to it. Food, weird concept food. Yeah, soap bubble full of the smell of apple pie. Absolutely. Murder. Oh, it's weird. It censors the word murder. Weird. Can't censor slurs, but they censor proper words. Huh. Concept of the lament configuration of the Cenobites work for 40k. Are you talking about, contemporary configuration of the Cenobites? You talking about, like, the prism thing, like Pinhead? I'm not sure what you're referencing there, bud. Horace. I don't know what you're talking about. Transformative book series. Yeah, Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan was great. I read that as well. Mostly because he was at the peak of his popularity when I was in school. I've now gotten more into reading Game of Thrones. And I finished all the Game of Thrones books and all of the House of the Dragon books. And I liked those. Those were good. Still are. But again, since it's not a finished series, it kind of sucks, you know. Yeah, that was a good time with Optimistic, and yeah, near future. Yeah, the Hellraiser. Okay, yeah. Would Hellraiser work in 40k? 100%, absolutely. Most of the Hellraiser stuff that I know of, the Cenobites, all that stuff, yes, that would work in 40k 100%. There's enough biological and physical modification in 40k. And of course, the Chaos Gods would accept the Cenobites for what they are. So, yes. Blood Meridian, yes, I have read Blood Meridian, and yes, I do like it as a book. It's very good. I've looked at, beyond just the edits of Holden to actually reading his character. It was a while ago, and I don't think I finished it 100%, but it was and is a very good book. Yeah, true. There are Dark Eldar. That is a very good point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about Rick Riordan's further stuff. Who's my favorite character? Holden. Most of his war shit, considering that I was and still am kind of a huge like military history guy, his shit is philosophically deep. Like to me, I really, really love it. I don't agree with everything he says. Obviously, the dude's a psychopath, but fuck, man, he's on the same level of Am as far as like psychological horror and the realization of like what reality is for certain people. And also, the whole allegory of him being Satan is very poignant as well. Or him being some sort of evil, like, semi-deity. I like it. I like it. I like the build. I like the move. It's all very, very good. Alright, we are moving all the fucking way over here. Tyrant of Nagarond. Alright. We should be good. Yeah, I don't care if there's an uprising here. That's not my problem. Maxing out. Horde maxing, for real, for real. Bloodrack Shrine. I do want Bloodrack Medusas. I like Bloodrack Medusas a lot. They're not useful in game, but they almost use them like a trophy unit. Yep, we're taking you. Boom. Easy. Okay. Your personal stuff, you can get that going. Alright, Alistair's crushed. This dude got crushed. We should be good. We just gotta kind of build on what we have now. We'll be fine. Sorry. Yeah, dude is a menace. He 100% is just a straight menace. Oh yeah, Chris is, for sure. Owen is arguably just like a mega Nurgle worshiper. Political mindset matches more than others. A biased favor, definitely a different kind of vibe. Not exactly sure what you mean, but alright. Take your word for it. Again, I'm probably never gonna read it, so I'd have to see for myself, you know. Absolutely total yeah. Yeah, Hellraiser is pretty close to Slaanesh overall. I mean, like, in terms of aesthetic, in terms of mentality, and in terms of, like, the goal. Japanese or other media, I used to watch a lot of anime. Not a lot, that's actually not true. I used to watch some anime on occasion. Don't ask. It was a while ago. The other thing that I did, and still do, is I read quite a bit of certain mangas. Specifically, I read a fuck ton of Berserk. I have read Berserk literally probably 10 times at this point. Just the whole thing, front to back, I've gone over the entire series, 100%. So that one I read religiously and have read religiously, and every time a new chapter comes out, I read it automatically. It's just, it's not even like a question, it's just automatic. I will read it. And yeah, that's the main one. Now, I read some other mangas just for fun, but it's more of a time killer than like an actual entertainment thing. Especially like with a lot of modern mangas, I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm not hyper interested in any of them per se. Certainly don't follow anything religiously, and I don't watch anime at all anymore, really. Yeah, Riordan's more modern work. I got you. I got you. Hunter x Hunter. Never read it, never watched it, sadly. It came across my mental desk, so to speak, but it just isn't my style, really. All that more complicated fighty stuff, I kind of don't prefer it in the anime style. I prefer it in a different, more grounded style most of the time. So, yeah, it never really came across to me. Sorry. I had a friend. I have had friends who were big fans of it. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop was fun. I watched a good part of that. Oh, well, I'm glad the Halo books helped you out with that. I read quite a few of those, and those were good. Trigun, I've seen little bits of. Same thing with Spriggan. Spriggan's another one of those, like, oh, gun anime that's actually really good. It is a pretty good anime overall, honestly. Head Reaper, Poison Blade. Head Reaper, probably. Yeah, Head Reaper. Head Reaper is just a very based name, but also please get Hydra Blood, please get Hydra Blood. Shit. I'll go with the Thirst, honestly. Blood Scourge, that's cool with me. Make you a vampire. I wonder if I can kill him like this. I can. Is it worth it? Kind of, yeah. Yeah, Mist Reaper. That's a nice perk. Alright. We're going to grab some more basic infantry because we need it. Yep, bound by contract. That is important because it's a plus 25 bonus to your leadership, which is literally one of the best perks in the fucking game. Alright. Yeah. 16 turns. Sorry, I'm missing stuff over here. Chainsaw Man. Yeah, Chainsaw Man's been popular recently. It's not a bad series by any means. I certainly agree with anyone who's a big fan of it, because it is a very well-written series, and it looks pretty damn cool, and it's very gritty, and I like gritty stuff. Again, I just don't watch, and I rarely read new stuff, so maybe it'll have to give it a couple years before I'll do it. The old Guns in Space? Yeah, Space MB5, Space Mac 10, it's cool. Keno's Journey. I have not heard of that one before, but cool. Sounds nice. Alright, folks. Last 15 minutes-ish, and then we're going to close out. It's been such a pleasure to sit with you all, and this, of course, will be uploaded, so yeah, if you want to go back and check anything out, you're free to do so. Spice and Wolf? Huh, that one sounds newer, but I haven't heard of that one either. Again, I'm rather detached from that branch of human experience, shall I say. Alrighty, you've been here for 5 hours. I did not expect that of you, so I really appreciate it. You take care. I wish you much luck, my friend. And remember to check up on whatever stuff you want for the homebrew. I know that there's a lot of stuff to add for certain guys, so I hope you enjoy your time. And have a good day. Or a good night, evening, whatever you'd like to say. It's nice to do this on a Sunday. I was originally planning to do the whole thing on a Sunday, but there was no need for it. This is fine as is. Oh, of course, my pleasure. You have no idea how much fun it is to do this for you guys. It's great. Like, again, I'm basically just playing video games with friends. Which, eventually, I'm sure I will set up something where you guys can join us and we can do some streamed gaming live stuff, but that would have to be on another day, and we'll probably have to set it up at some point in the future. Wolf Rain? Even Nurgle would disagree with that level of depression? Damn, it must be bad then. Alright, well, I will take your word for it. For sure. Alrighty. I'm going to see if I can break Unicorn Gate. I think I can. I can't really afford to have her lose 4 loyalty. Nice, nice. Loot and occupy. Taking it, taking it, taking it. Easy, 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 easy dub. Easy clap. Easy dub. You can go away. Alright, now I can literally just max out Flock of Doom because it's the best spell in the game. Am I the only one who thinks Flock of Doom is literally one of the best spells in this game? Because I think Flock of Doom is awesome. Possibly the best, maybe the second best behind something like Spirit Leech. But it is definitely up there. Cauldron of Blood, an absolute necessity. Yeah, you are dead. That thing is dead. They're dead next. We are going to kill all of you. This is going to be an easy win. Loot and occupy, of course, because why not? Alrighty. Lowering speed for the enemy. Tested is probably the best option. Same thing for you, tested. We just want these guys to have maxed out hit points so that they can grind it out in battle for longer. The only point of having this many heroes is to have each of them be able to delete at least one enemy infantry unit in the battle. And then we will, in 8 turns, get a flock of crows for you. And then we are done and good. Alright. Almost cooked over here. 5 more minutes, and then I will sign off for you folks. Any other last-minute questions before I head out? I'm probably going to close here, and then we can continue onward on a later date. Again, there will be stream of the completed details on Tuesday. Yeah, it might be another day, but yeah, Tuesday or Thursday, we'll see. But I will announce it at least 24 hours ahead of time, and I will have it ready for you, and then I will make a video later on. Again, I won't give full analysis, but I'll just give an overall of what we're doing, and then, of course, we'll hang out like this on that same day. The same thing will apply for the Zeech and Slanesh stuff. We'll do that together, and then each of those will have their own independent video. And then, God willing, I will spend maybe a week in convalescence to try and recover, get whatever work I possibly can done, and then that's probably it from me, and we can just go right back to the things that we were already doing, organizing and setting up our regular schedule, and we'll finish the order off there. I mean, there's so many great videos people have suggested, games that they've suggested, things that they asked that I do, and I am more than happy to accommodate. So, with that said, and with this quote-unquote stream/video over, I will wish you all a lovely good night. Good night, y'all. Peace. Bye. Take care. I wish you all great luck.